Traveling by trike. Here we go. Yo, what is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Pride. I'm Richie Rich.
And this is Chang. And we're back to the studio. We're back to the studio. We're back to Manila. And we're going to have another cool live stream today. So what do you think is our um how do you think our audience will respond to this
I
topic?
don't know. We'll find out.
So
What do you think about our trip to Cebu?
our trip to Cebu, uh a lot of things learned, and at the same time, spending time with you, even if we don't like spend a lot of time outside, is cool, always cool.
Yeah. A lot of things, a lot of new things learned. Um, and I like Cebu. Did you like Cebu? I think we could have done some more stuff.
Mm.
We could have done some more stuff, but
Both of us are working.
both working. But it was a chance to relax.
Yeah.
Just relax, work on our own.
Mm.
The Wi-Fi could have been better.
Yeah.
But I like Cebu. Cebu. It's a place I could.
Chill.
Yeah, it's a place I could probably live.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think when people go on a vacation, the mindset normally is, oh, we have to do this, we have to go there, X,
Yeah.
Y, and Z. So I think for a lot of times when you, especially as you age, I appreciate that a lot. Even if you don't go to specific tourist spots, as long as who you're with is what matters to me. That's me.
Me too. Me too. It's who you're with, and it's the experience of being in a different place, in a new place, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Cebu. Shout out to Jermaine and Nika,
and
shout out to Reggie. Shout out to Reggie. Anyway, on with today's topic. You want to get it started?
Yes. Before we get started, happy birthday, Miss
Peach.
Hello, happy birthday.
If you're watching Miss Peach, happy birthday to you. I hope you have a great. But it was yesterday.
Yeah,
it was yesterday. Yeah, but
belated.
Yeah. So yeah, but if you're watching, I hope you had a great birthday, and shout out to you and Raymond. Okay.
Yeah. So for today's topic, we're going to have what Western men should expect when traveling to the Philippines. I think we should add with or without a Filipina, because a lot of times people travel here without a Filipina, and of course some of you guys travel with a Filipina.
No, they travel here without
For a without a okay, let me I correct myself. So some people here travel for a Filipina or to meet a Filipina, and some of you guys travel for you. Okay, to be
but also I think we should include in this conversation the dudes who have already been to the Philippines, and because I want to hear their experiences. I want to hear the dudes. There's a lot of people in our audience who have been in the Philippines, some who are in the Philippines right now. I would like to hear what they expected when they came to the Philippines, and how was it different? Was it different than their expectations? And so I would like to hear from the cats who have been here already too.
Yeah,
because this is kind of about knowledge, right? About passing some knowledge down to cats who haven't been here, helping them know what to expect and all of that. So,
and were those expectations met?
Were they met? Were they not met? All right. Okay. All right. So go through your little list.
Okay.
Do's and don'ts.
Yes. So before we jump into today's live stream topic, don't forget that this is a call-in live stream. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. There you go.
The number is what?
Scrolling.
Where do you learn that word from?
How to enunciate and pronounce it. Yeah. 415-490-8030. Call us in and give us your take 2 and 2. But if your take is good, we'll give you longer than that.
We'll let you go on, right?
Yeah.
You start rambling, we got to cut you off. I'm telling you guys can't see it, but there's a number right up in the upper left-hand corner that tells us how the audience feels about your call. Yes. So when the audience starts getting bored, that number starts going down, right? And we gotta end that call and get on to something different. So keep it short, keep it concise, and of course we'll enjoy it, and the audience will enjoy it. Don't let it stop you from calling in though. Seriously, call in regardless. We're never gonna be rude. we love our audience, so we're never going to be rude, but we'll just have to keep the show moving on, right?
Yeah. So if you have your part one, call part one, and then if you have part two, call part two. Yeah.
And more than anything else, just kind of have an idea. Put together your thoughts, your ideas before you call in. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
This ain't a class.
No, no.
This ain't class.
In case you forget something, to make everything in one call, or to put everything in one call. And of course, Slick Rick is here to make our job easy. And of course, more.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yes.
Giants are 2-4, Slick Rick. It hasn't been a good start. They're starting to hit a little bit more. Yeah. Anyway, we can talk Giants all day because I love my Giants. That being said, what else you got? You got anything else for the intro?
Nah,
I have one more thing.
you have
I do. People, since we did the gas giveaway thing, a lot of people saw the video. YouTube didn't care. YouTube didn't like the video. I don't know why YouTube has such a problem with every time we do something good. Yeah, YouTube doesn't want to put the video out. But a lot of people saw the video. They asked, how can they donate, or can they donate next? They said next time. I want to get in on that, right? You guys, I'm not going to solicit donations or solicit super chats or anything like that. But anytime, I want you to rest assured. I want you to be assured that anytime you donate to our show, I promise you it will go to something good, something worthy. I'm not saying we will never use it for our own, but I'm saying my goal, or our goal, is always to help other people. So we're lucky enough that she's got a job, I got a job. We make money enough so we don't live off of YouTube. So we have the opportunity to help a lot of other people, and I take that seriously. So all that being said, on to the show.
Yeah, so let's shout out some people before we get started.
Who do you want to shout out?
Okay, so let's have, the early bird, we have Stephen McCardle is here. Chosen One is also here.
Ray's in the house. Cliff is in the house.
Yes.
What's up, Cliff?
Obi-Wan. Miss Rhoda is here.
Good morning, Miss Rhoda.
KB. Hello, KB. It's been a while.
What's up, KB? Michael Moy is in the house.
Black Box is here.
Michael Moy, I expect Michael Moy to call in because he's had some interesting experiences since he came, right? So, all right.
So we also have, who else? Roger Walker. Hello, Roger.
Good morning, Roger. How you doing, man?
Juggy is also here.
What's up, Juggy?
We also have Big Love. Hello, Big Love.
What's up, Big Love?
Who else? Are we missing?
You said Obi-Wan?
Yes, I did.
You said Obi-Wan, Juggy. You got it. Okay, I think that's good. That's a good start. That's a good start.
Oh, we have a new name. No, not
Gangsta Gummy Bear.
Gangsta Gummy Bear. Not a new name.
That's not a new name?
Not a new name.
For real? Okay, well, good morning. We can't say good morning again.
Good morning, Gangsta.
You got to be new to get a good morning?
Good.
Right. All right, let's get into the show.
Hold on.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Hold on. How do you say that? Hold on, straight shooter.
Hold on, big shooter.
A big shooter. Okay. Yeah. Larry Johnson is also here.
What's up, Larry?
David Pryor. 8,000 miles.
What's up, 8,000?
Adam Fente.
Yeah.
Adam.
That's a new name, right?
Yes. Welcome to our live stream, Adam.
Adam. Let's get the man's name right. We're gonna welcome him. Right?
Okay.
Rolling After It is new to the show. I'm telling you, I think Rolling After It's a new name.
Too.
Adam and Rolling After It. Put your thoughts in the comments. Don't be shy. Call into the show. And one more thing, if you're new to the show, let us know where you're watching from. That's a big deal to us. Our show is expanding every week. We get new names in here. We just like to know where you're calling from.
For sure.
Yeah, right. So don't be shy. The number is scrolling across the bottom. Call in. You can if you're a little too shy right now, you can put your comments in. Just put your comments in.
Where you're watching.
But definitely call in. The topic is, what did you expect when you came to the Philippines? And if you've never been here, what do you expect when you get to the Philippines? That's the topic.
Yeah.
All right, kick it off. Let's go kick it.
Call in.
I do that
we don't bite.
My mouth.
Okay, so while you're getting something, so a lot of men think that coming here to the Philippines is just gonna be easy. Like vacation mode, girls, cheap living. But what they don't realize is this place can either give you a great experience or teach you a hard lesson. It's like make or break.
These women can be a headache, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes.
Okay, so
So it's either your experience here will be a good experience that you want to come back next time, or it will be an experience that you don't want to come back.
How many dudes you think come here and say, I'm never going back there?
I think 2 out of 10.
You think 2 out of 10?
2 out of 10 says I had a bad experience. The Philippines is not for me.
Right. I ain't never going back.
Yeah, but 8 out of 10, I think they got a positive experience here when they come to the positive. Oh, wait, we don't want the other positive, but they got a good. How about that? Good.
I like the other positive. I just picked up on that.
Yeah.
We want negative there.
Yeah, we want negative.
When we read the test results, we want negative.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go.
So of course, it depends on how you come. So where your mindset. It depends on how you go. Wait, right now we normally say, you normally say it's not me. Wherever you go, there you are. So whatever you bring, wherever with country you go, so I think your experience will tell a lot, or your character or your mindset will really depend on your experience.
So let's make a list. Let's make a list of things that cats can expect. And again, you guys, hold on. Let me make sure we got them. Oh, we don't. Okay, hold on. Let's get this call in feature going. Make sure everything is okay. So what's the first thing someone can expect when they come here to the Philippines?
If you're coming here for a Filipina.
Just if you're coming here.
If you're coming here. So if you're coming here, I think everything, don't expect that this is going to be as quick as the service that you will get back home. So patience is really a virtue here in the Philippines.
So
a lot of it.
Did I summarize that? So if you're coming here to the Philippines, expect slow service.
Yes.
Okay. One sentence is easy for that. Right. If you're coming into the Philippines, don't expect the super fast service that you would normally get at home. It's slow. I'm gonna tell you guys, it is. I've gotten way more patient than I used to be, but I'm telling you guys, when you come to the Philippines, you need to bring your patience with you. The service is going to be slow in a lot of places. I mean, things that you might think are very simple or should be simple are not going to be simple, and it's going to amaze you at how incredibly difficult some people might make things look when you come here. Agree? Disagree?
Agreed.
Okay. What's the next thing?
I think the next thing is.
But by the way, while you're doing that, I'm working on you guys. If you're trying to call in, just give me a couple minutes. I'm working on the I'm rebooting the phone so you guys can call in. Go ahead. The next thing.
So the next thing, I think that a lot of people here are very, very friendly. Okay, so whenever you ask for help, even if they are hesitant to speak to you in English, they will try their best to speak to you in English. And at the same time, be careful with super friendly people.
Very careful.
Especially in the airport, because you'll get approached, because that's the first thing.
You know what? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back.
Right. Because I remember when we went back home from Cebu, a lot of people approached me already. Ma'am, taxi, ma'am, grab, in drive. No, thank you. You respectfully decline that.
Yeah, most of you guys know this already. When somebody approaches you and says taxi here and in China and Vietnam, don't go. No. It's a black taxi. It's a bad service. They're going to run up the prices. They're going to gouge you. Just don't do it. Right? You should, if you've consulted with us, you should have several apps on your phone already that will make it very easy for you to get a ride from the airport to
wherever you're going.
Right? If you consulted with us, or if you just used some Google or Chat GPT, it should put you up on game, right? All right. So that's the first thing. So so when you get to the airport, that people don't hit you with the taxi, and they'll come get your bags for you. Oh, I got that for you, sir. No problem, sir. Right? Don't do it. Don't go with that. Right?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are e-travel coming here to the Philippines, does that also apply to foreigners?
It definitely tries
e-travel, the application.
Yes,
okay, applies. So you have to have that. I mean, you have to sign up that form, because I think that's exclusive to the Philippines.
It is. So it's a QR. So that when you're at the airport, you'll get a QR code. They're not going to let you through. They're not going to let you even to the immigration point until you do the QR code. It's e-travel. It's simple. I mean, it's actually in most countries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
It's just a different name.
yeah, they ask you. The phones are up, you guys. If you guys want to call in and give us your experience or your take, the phone is up now. Yeah, the e-travel is just where you coming from, how long you stand, where you're going to be, that kind of thing. The same questions that immigration asked you, right? All right, yeah. So the phones are up. We're ready to go. We're rocking now. Okay. Next. Oh, next. Hold on, real quick. We'll take this call. Caller, what you got?
Yes, Ray.
What's happening, Ray?
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm doing great. So I want to expand on the taxi thing. It's been in the news lately. You know, the taxi drivers scamming people. You know, if you're gonna teach one thing out, Peach told me she gave me an option, so I can pick you up at the airport, but or you can just take Grab. But under no circumstances take a taxi, because they're gonna know you're a foreigner and they're gonna scam. You know, they're gonna scam. So, like, yes, like I get.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what happened with the call. Are you there, Ray?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so charge a guy scam for 1,000 pesos. So, you know, just be careful when you get here. Have the apps on your phone. They want it. It's better to do e-travel before you even 72 hours before you in home country, wherever you are. It's easy that way.
Yeah.
You don't want to be standing in the airport. I mean, that's just my advice. So don't exchange money at the airport. That's
Good-
my other tip.
Good call. Good call on that. Yeah. Because the rates are always higher. If you exchange money at the airport, guaranteed the rates are always higher. I have a place that I think people should exchange money. I think the best place to exchange money is usually at a mall. Do you agree with that, or you got another suggestion?
Yes, no, it's good at the mall. I just go to the mall. Don't don't exchange money at the airport, and do not help when you get here. Do not accept help from anybody, because they'll come up to you. Hey man, you need help with your bags. You know, next thing you know, okay, then next thing you know, your stuff gone. They'll even sometimes when I got here, they would announce it at the airport. But do not accept help from anybody at the airport.
Good call. Good.
Under no say. All right, take care.
Good call. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate that. Actually, good points on all of those because people always, you guys bring at least a couple $100 in your pocket. When you come to the Philippines, have a couple $100 in your pocket so you don't need to exchange money at the airport. The rates are always going to be extensively higher than they are in other places. Don't exchange money. I'm going to tell you guys, if you go to like the corner, you know, there'll be, you know, especially around the hotels or especially in Poblacion, where it says currency exchange or what, don't go there. Don't go there. They are quick with the hands. They are quick with the hands. I'm telling you, you are very likely to lose money. Exchange your money at the mall. Almost every mall has a currency exchange place. Find out where it is. You can ask the security guards where it is.
One tip, sorry. One tip when you go to the mall, if you're going to an SM mall, just go to the supermarket. It's almost always at the supermarket or inside the department store where there's foreign currency exchange always.
So it'll say SM Mall, and find the supermarket in that mall, and you can do a currency exchange. That is one of the best places to do a currency exchange, you guys. Hey, look, if you haven't been here, or even if you've been here once, write some of this stuff down. This is some serious game. We're trying to save a lot of people money and time and scams, because look, there's a lot people are always trying to get in your money. That people devise a million different ways to get into your pockets. So we're trying to put you guys up on game. What else should
I would just like to piggyback on what Ray said, expound on what he said.
you always piggyback on other people's stuff?
Just to elaborate a little more. Okay, so before we continue, let's
do this real quick. What's the where we at? Okay.
So thank you so much, Larry Johnson, for your super sticker.
Thanks for that super chat, Larry.
And of course, thank you so much, Christopher Michael, for the super chat. Much appreciated. God bless.
Oh, hey, Christopher Michael put his
that was
photo up there.
that was like a few live
Was
streams
it?
ago. Yes.
For real? Okay, I didn't notice. Cat.
Hmm.
Young Thundercat.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you guys for that super chat and super sticker. We always appreciate it. It always goes to a good cause. Sometimes it cause she's hungry, but a lot of times I'm telling you, we will find ways to help local people. We really will.
Surprise you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What else?
Going back to what Ray said earlier, 72 hours before you travel, you can immediately like fill out the QR form, the e-travel document that you need 72 hours before your travel to the Philippines. So yeah, I think that's important to accomplish because a lot of times you don't have internet connectivity when you're at the airport. So it's better to accomplish it before heading to the Philippines.
Yeah, I'll give you something on that in just a
Okay,
second. Okay?
sure.
All right. All right, Carla, what you got, Black Box? What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
We're all right,
What
man.
I got is because I've been there 3 times. And from what I learned from the 3 times I've been there, the very first thing that gets you when you're a foreigner is the heat.
Mm-hmm. The heat, it's no joke.
Heat. All right. I wore a Raiders jersey, black, and it was killing me.
Brother, why would you wear? You know it's a tropical place. Why would you wear?
That was my first lesson. Last time I came on Holy Week.
Okay.
Around now. It was
right
so
now,
hot. In CDO, I stayed in a hotel most of the day, only came out during the night.
Right.
So you're right about the exchange. Right now, I got 15, 30 pesos on me right now from back then. I don't know whether or not the money's still good.
Still good.
But I got about maybe 1,500, 1,600 pesos on me now from 2016. I still have. And I have it on me right now. I'm going to use it when I get there.
Absolutely. Why not?
We'll check because there are new bills now. So I'm
But
not sure.
Well, all the old bills still valid.
Yeah, the old bills are still good, bro.
Okay, so I got that. So I have that on me. I may spend a little extra money, get a little bit more in the Newark airport and get a few just to add on to that. But I'll wait to get anything major, like you said, when I get to the mall. He's right. Grab the InDrive app and what's the other app? But you prefer InDrive, so I got that.
Oh.
And I got the other app.
Right.
And use that, right? And make sure you plan for the hotel and all that other stuff before you get there.
Right. If you guys want recommendations on hotels, get at me in our email and let me know where you're going to be. If let me rephrase that. If you want recommendations for hotels in Manila, there.
I'll be contacting you soon.
All right, brother. Looking forward to it. Looking for it. You guys are right around the corner, man. You're right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. In a couple of months.
All right,
Okay.
man. All right, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
Okay, you're saying?
Yeah. A lot of people, maybe if you guys didn't catch that, there's an app called InDrive, and you should definitely download that app onto your phone. We'll take another. We'll have a lot to say on this topic, actually. All right, caller, what you got, Mo? My brother from Bermuda, mother.
Hey, Jane.
Hello.
I can tell people when you get there, do not get your SIM or your phone set up at the airport.
Say it again, bro. Say it one more time for emphasis. Say it one more time for emphasis, please.
Do not get your SIM or your data package for your phone at the airport.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Right. Right.
You know,
that's a great point.
I came and my son's girlfriend, fiance at the time, she was so eager. I told her, don't. She said, I want that because, she wanted to touch base with my family. And she got a package.
Mm-hmm.
And then we guys got outside the airport, got settled. And the next morning, we guys went down to one of these shops. And man, she was so mad at us. I said, I told you. You said, don't get yourself settled. Things like that, the airport is always going to be more expensive than anywhere else. You go straight to one of the shops and compare.
And
I'm good. Look, you go into the shop and say, listen, man, I can get this thing packaged from whatever the provider. You gotta shop around, man.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, that's a great point, Mo. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And
Yeah.
I think you stole Ching's comment. That was next for Ching. Listen, really quick. We all know, most of us have traveled somewhere before. The Burger King is more expensive. The McDonald's, everything in the airport is more expensive. Why would you think anything else would be cheap? Nothing is cheap at the airport. Don't exchange money. Don't get your eSIM. Go ahead, Ching. Do your thing. Go ahead. Ching all upset. He took what I was gonna say.
No, I wasn't upset. But when you travel outside of your country, especially here in the Philippines, you prepare ahead of time. Like you should know the voltage here. The voltage if you're bringing in appliances. Like for example, your shaver. So it's 220 volts. It's not 110. So
What's the voltage at home?
110, I think. Is it?
Yeah, it's twice the voltage here in the Philippines.
It's
So if you
220.
bring some electric stuff, you are going to melt down. I'm telling you, experience the hard way.
It's going to
Right?
blow.
You're going to blow up with a shaver, razors, whatever. It's going to melt down and it's going to blow up.
Make
I'm
sure it's
just telling you.
220.
It has to be, or get an adapter. Get some kind of an adapter. But at 220, bruh. 220.
Yeah. So just to put you up on game, I don't know if you know this app already, the Klook app, Klook. I'll put it in the chat later. That you can get your eSIM online and then activate it 72 hours before your travel to the Philippines. So at least just to get you started for you to book an in-drive or a grab when you get to the airport, because of course you need internet connectivity when you come here.
Right.
So after that, when it expires, then you can go to the mall and then get an internet service provider or a local SIM, so you can use it for data and for communication. So that's
Right.
it.
Right. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. What else? What else should somebody expect? Look, can we talk about the getting picked up from the airport? Can we talk about that? You guys, I mean, it's always up to you. This is just advice, right? Just like any other advice, you take it with a grain of salt, take it or leave it, whatever. I strongly recommend, don't get caught up in the whole Filipino frenzy thing where she's going to want to pick you up from the airport. I know it sounds good because if you're at home and you have somebody who picks you up from the airport, it is, I'm telling you, it's a whole fantasy thing here. It is a big thing here for a lot of women's fantasy is going to the airport and picking up your foreign boyfriend. I'm telling you, if you understand that 90% of the relationships that you have with that first person, they never work out. 90% of the time, the numbers don't lie. So if you can understand that, you might understand, hey, it might be in my best interest not to let her pick me up at the airport. You can be polite. Hey, you know what? Let me just freshen up. Let me go to my hotel and freshen up, get a nap, get some sleep, and we'll meet each other later, something like that. Don't have her stay with you when you first get here. Don't let her pick you up at the airport. I know most of these guys are going to do it anyway because they fall into the dudes have the same damn fantasy, right? Oh, she gonna pick, man. She said she gonna pick me up at the airport. She's so fine, man. And then she said she want to stay with me too the whole time, right? It's a fantasy for a lot of dudes too. But I'm telling you, for a lot of dudes, it's gonna end up being a mistake.
Now, just to add to what you said, it doesn't only happen.
Why don't you say your own thing? You always adding to it. I'm gonna piggyback on him. I'm gonna add to what you said.
If that's what I'm supposed to
That's
do.
what you support, right?
Yeah, support and just add value.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Adding value. All right. Fair enough.
So I think that it doesn't only happen to foreign guys, because here in the Philippines, whether you're a Filipino, you're an OFW or overseas Filipino worker, family members will always welcome you at the airport.
Right.
So it's not just you as the foreign boyfriend, but it's most of the cases, family, the entire family, if not, will welcome you at
Right.
the airport. Yeah.
You guys, I'm glad you brought that up. Resist the urge, because she might say, do you want just me to come, or do you want me to bring my family? And you're thinking, wow, she's serious. She wants to bring her family. Her family wants to meet me. Understand something, that when you meet the family,
You're gonna feed them.
you're gonna feed the family. All of them, all of them, all of them, right? When the bill comes, the family's gonna be hungry. I'm telling you.
They've been
I'm
waiting
telling you.
for
They've been waiting for hours in this hot ass, right? They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be thirsty. They're gonna say, "Hey, let's go eat before you go to the hotel. Let's go eat." And you're gonna go eat because you're gonna be hungry. You shouldn't be hungry actually, because usually
You're
most of the
fed.
airlines feed you up pretty good, so you shouldn't be hungry. You're gonna be excited, but the whole family is there, and you're not gonna say no, right? So just understand, you're gonna feed the whole family. They're not gonna feed. You're gonna feed the whole family. So just understand what you're getting into when you come here, right?
Mhm.
So all right.
Yeah, so that's part of my segment, like
Oh, I stole your thunder.
no, just we're just adding to each
Okay.
other. So you're when you ask a Filipina, or when a Filipina asks to pick you up, you're already stepping into her world, because number one, it's either you're going to meet her family early, and that's, you'll be observed quietly, especially,
Everything.
yeah, everything.
Everything.
Whatever you're going to do next will dictate on how the family judges you. If
Yeah.
you're going to pay during, you're going to look at you. If you're going to get your wallet and pay for the meals and all that, so you'll be observed quietly, and you represent her choice in a man. So for example, oh, is he they're already judging you based on that first interaction.
For sure, for sure. And not only they judging you, but here's the crazy thing: they're judging every foreigner based on what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do, they're going to say foreigners do this, foreigners do that, based on their interaction with you. So just keep that in mind. Um, just understand what's going on and how things are going to go down when you get here.
Yeah, so you're being evaluated without you knowing it.
Yes, yes.
Right.
You're good.
Thank you.
All right. All right. What's next?
So some men think that when they come here to the Philippines, oh, I'm just visiting. But when you met
They're not just visiting.
a lot of times, of course, they're visiting. But the family of that girl, the family of the girl already looks at you as the future husband. Okay,
Right.
because you met the family.
Oh.
It's not just girlfriend, yeah. Not just the boyfriend. You're the future husband.
Right.
Because remember, once you meet the family, they already think that it's something serious.
Oh, for sure.
Okay? So yeah. So would you be comfortable being judged by a family early, like first meeting in the airport?
I don't want-
Would you be
I mean, I
okay
really
with
don't
that?
want anybody judging me, but I think that that's part. It is part of the deal, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of part of the deal. Is people are going to judge you? I mean, you're observing everything, right?
Mhm.
I mean, your eyes are wide open. You're kind of looking around. I mean, that's just part of the deal when you get to a new place, especially a new country, and where there's a whole different culture, right?
What did you feel when I pick when
You
we
did not pick me up from the airport when I first got here.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I think we've known we've
Yeah,
met
we've known each other
several
for a while.
times
For a while.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't feel.
Did you feel when Sis and Aki?
Actually, I thought it was cool, but it was because I'd already met Sis.
Not
Yeah.
yet. That was the first time.
Oh, that's right, huh? But you know what? I'll tell you what I felt.
Okay, after that.
Okay, yeah, remind me, because that's a good. Colin, what you got, Mo?
Yeah, I wanted to know, does Chang or do they support like Holify? Oh man, what's the other two? I just had them in my head. The other ECM companies. Are they popular? What are the other ECM companies that support the network in Philippines?
I think what
Because you got it's around about three I know, but I can only think of one right now.
Smart and Glow.
I'll listen up here.
Okay. Okay,
Go
Mo.
ahead.
Okay.
I think Smart and Globe are the two big carriers here, or what do you call those? Communication carriers here in the Philippines, Smart and Globe. But there's also Dito and Gomo, which is not really popular, but they're really good deals. But when you go for Klook app in the internet, you buy an eSIM. I think for in the meantime, you can buy an eSIM if you're just going to travel here for a short time. But if you plan on staying longer, I suggest you go to a kiosk or a um store at the mall. It's called Smart Communications or Globe. So those are the two big carriers of
Mhm.
uh communications here.
And by the way, you guys, I use Gomo. I have never, and I mean ever, had a single problem with my Gomo.
Yeah, because that's unlimited
Yeah.
internet.
I get the Gomo.
I know expiry,
Yeah.
bad. No expiry internet.
Yeah, I get the Gomo's
SIM.
good for about, I don't know, like 6 months or something. I mean,
It depends on your
yeah,
usage.
it depends on how much you use it. But Gomo, it's GOMO. It is a great service. I strongly recommend.
Mhm. It's a little spendy at first. Well, spendy in my book. But it's 500 pesos the first time, and then you have 60 gig.
What does that get you?
500 pesos gets you 60 gig of non-expiry data, because load expires here in the Philippines. So it'll only give you a month of you can use the internet. Okay.
All right, caller, what you got?
Quick thing, Rich, make sure people understand that when they get there, if they go into the state, they can only get a prepaid telephone until they get the ACRI card. Then they can get a postpaid account afterwards.
Good call.
Good call. Good call. And if you're not staying, and that's a great call actually, because most people aren't staying for more than a month, and so they're not even going to
Right.
qualify for an ACR card. So
Right. And Derek said you can also download the Saily app, SAISAILY app for your primary phone and use that temporarily.
Right.
As a eSIM.
yeah, and you know what? Hey, Black Box, I appreciate you, and everybody else who's chiming in the comments. Help put people up on game, right? I think this is a great live stream for us to help put people up on game, so they know what to expect from people coming here who have never been here. You guys make sure watch it back again so you guys can get the apps, the websites and all that stuff. It's good. It'll definitely be good for you.
One last thing, don't do what I did in 2008 and 13. Sleep overnight at the airport in Manila. It's horrible sleeping on a metal chair.
Not only that, but did you see what happened in the airport in Manila last night?
Yeah,
The roof collapsed. Yeah. So don't do it. Yeah. You could not wake up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, brother. Take
All
care.
right.
You're saying about sis.
You asked me what I expected. I didn't, but it was the coolest thing. And to me, that was like the first time I met any members of your family, really. And it was super cool because I remember sis sat next to me. Or did she sit in the front, or she sat next to me?
I was sitting next to her. But she's the one.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, you hugged me, and then sis hugged me, and then Aki was driving. I remember Aki was driving, and it was just really cool because sis was. I mean, she was like big smile, and it was like the most it was super welcoming, and again, it was weird because I was like, I I didn't know how to take it, right? But that was the beginning of like me and sis's great relationship that's still remains to this day. She's awesome. I got mad love for your sister in a good way. But it was a cool feeling. It was a really cool feeling. And before I even finished, the next time I went home and came back, Richard picked me up.
Yeah, my
your brother picked me up. Same thing. Is jumped out, gave me a hug, helped me with my bags, and was sis there with us that time too?
No, it was me.
Yeah, but it was a good feeling. But I knew you already. It wasn't like I arrived in Manila and Cheng picked me up. It was the first time. I'd already known Cheng for a few months, actually more than a few months, like 6 months or something like that. So it wasn't like,
oh, it's a couple.
No, I didn't go home. April, May, June. No, I don't think so. I think it was October. I think it was in June. Okay, all right, fair enough. You remember stuff better than I do. Anyway, the point is, it wasn't our first meeting at the airport, right? I had already known you for a couple months. That was it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. But we wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. We were working together and all of that. Anyway, so it was in short, it was a good experience.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, go ahead. Move on
Or
to the
do you
next one.
want to go to the comments real quick? We're already piled up with comments.
Okay, you want to get the comments? I'll go through the comments and you can go on. You can go on. You can look in there to your next one, right?
Okay.
All right. Larry Johnson in the house said, "Hello, what's up, Rich and Chang? Watch as much as I can. I got to get up early in the morning for work, but I'm tuned in for as much as I can watch. Love your show and much respect." Larry, we appreciate you, brother. We always appreciate having you in here. You watch as you want to, and we'll appreciate while you're here, bro. All right, here, we'll take another call real quick. Caller, what you got, man?
Yes, right. So I remember something. So when you're coming here, make sure you bring your phone and you have access to your home phone number, or because you're gonna need those. Okay, you're gonna need the access to the bank codes.
Right.
So bring a phone, which you can keep your number. Do it Wi-Fi, whatever, but you better have access because you're gonna need access to those bank codes.
Wait. So explain why will they need access to the bank codes?
Well, because when you go to the bank, at least in my case, when you go to the bank, they'll send you, you go to even with me, you go to put your card in, at the ATM, or you're going to transfer money over, they're going to ask you you're going to need bank codes. Because in my case, it's Chase, right?
Right.
They tell you that in Chase, oh, no, you don't need to do that, it just works. BS. So when I got here, I went to use I got the money right at the ATM, but then when I went to the check things on the app, I was locked out. So I had to call them here, and I thought you said it just works. That's what I was told before I left. No, don't. I don't care what bank you use. No, you have to call them, and once you hear, you let them know, hey, I'm not in the country. I'm in the Philippines or whatever. That way, I did it once. I had to do it once, but I never had any issues after that. But don't believe them when they tell you that you will be fine. It just works. That's BS. All right, take care.
Good call.
Thank you.
But that brought me to something else, which is, you guys, I got to tell you this. Before you leave, call your credit card companies, call the banks, and let them, whatever card you're going to use, call them and let them know that you're going to the Philippines. Trust me on this. Listen to me. Before you leave, don't call from the Philippines. Before you leave, call the credit card company, call the bank companies, whatever card you're going to use. Tell them, look, I'm going to be in the Philippines for 1 month or however long you're going to be here. It's me using the card. Let them know that, because if you don't do that, they're going to flag your card, and your card, every time you try to pay for something with your card, it's going to get declined. So call them and let them know first, or else they'll decline your card usage. The other thing is, what was I going to say? There's another thing. There's one more thing. Oh, that was the other thing. Make sure you have multiple sources of money. Don't just have money in the bank. Have other places where you can get money in case your account gets flagged for some reason. Make sure you have a separate account where you have some emergency money. It is super important in case anything happens. You need to be able to access money. I know somebody who actually, his whole account got flagged, and they froze his account, so he had no access to money while he was here, because they thought there was some fraudulent stuff going on. So he couldn't access any money while he was here, and he had it all in one account. Make sure you have, if you have a separate account or an account somewhere else, make sure you put some money in that, or carry extra cash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing I would give.
Yeah. So a lot of times cash is king. when you travel. So at least,
especially American
yeah.
dollars.
So just bring cash or bills here and have them exchange at the mall. But if you want online transactions, I think GCash and other online Philippine online wallets here requires a local
Nobody's
SIM.
gonna go GCash. Nobody coming from home is gonna have GCash.
Just in case they would stay longer for 2 weeks, because a lot of times they accept that.
If you're coming from home, if you plan on staying for a while, but you usually have to have a bank account or something for GCash. Don't
Not
you?
really. ACR card, yeah. But if you plan
Right.
to stay
But to have
longer,
an ACR
yeah,
card, you
you
have
have
to
to
keep it for at least a couple of months, right? So, yeah. But time for people to stay for the first stay for a long time, right? Morris, what else, bro? What else you got?
Yeah, I just got a question. How much cash can you bring to the Philippines without getting in trouble? U.S. or
Not sure.
I'll answer this one. They will tell you if you read it carefully. It says you need to declare anything more than 10,000. You can bring actually as much cash as you want, but if it's more than $10,000 US, you have to declare it. That's the point, right?
Okay.
Right. So if it's $10,000 in your pocket, don't walk around with 10,000 in your pocket, people. But you can bring up to 10,000 and you don't have to declare it. Anything over that amount, you will need to declare that amount of cash. And there's probably going to have to be some you're probably going to have to explain some stuff, right? Why are you carrying that much cash or whatever? So, which makes sense. It's like the FBI, right? Anytime you do a transaction over $10,000, you're going to have to explain why, where all that money is coming from and where it's going, right? So there you go.
Okay.
Make sense?
Thanks.
Okay, you bet.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly.
Blessings, bro. All right, good question, because a lot of people think, oh, I can't carry more than $10,000. Yes, you can. You actually can. You just have to declare it if you're carrying more than 10,000. Okay. All right, next, what else you got?
Yeah, so I think for the single men, this is for the single men who will come here to the Philippines. I guess they don't want me to talk now.
They're trying to filibuster you.
Yeah.
They're trying to filibuster you. Like, Chang, shut the hell up. We got stuff to say.
Okay.
They're not saying that. But go ahead, Black Box. What else, man?
Sorry. Another thing you can do is have, like someone who asked, what I have a Chime account, which has an international and national switch.
Right.
Right. Chime account. You can also apply for a justice. Hold on. I'll pull up real quick. It's called a Justice Federal Credit Union. If you're in the United States, you can join that, and all you have to do is declare that you will donate money to cops. It's an online program. You can join it. You don't have to be a part of the military, police, anything like that. So you can have at least three accounts and have money in all three. You get cards for all three. And you can use Remitly too to send yourself money in the mall if you're worried about using ATMs all the time. I'm
a huge believer in Remitly. If you don't have the app, make sure you get the app. It's Remitly, Remitly. I use it weekly, almost daily sometimes. Big believer. And the exchange rate is good.
Right. And you can send the money
to yourself. Exactly.
Set it up so it can give you the best rate when it comes through.
Absolutely. All right, man. Appreciate you. Hey, if you got anything else, write it down and give us your list in the next call.
Okay, no problem.
We appreciate you though.
Thank you.
All right, man. Okay. All right, go ahead. For some, get your thoughts in.
Okay, so this is for the single guys who will come here to the Philippines. Attention is real here, but don't get delusional. So even what I mean is, if you come here single, you will really feel the difference. You will really feel the singleness because the women will be all over you, especially when you go to places that people will be expecting that you're single. The red district, like
Okay, but that's okay. I need to say something. Right? The women are not going to be all over you, right? Unless you're in a place where the women are supposed to be all over you, right? If you're in Poblacion or, in that downtown Makati, seedy area, the women are supposed to be all over you. But I want to create real expectations. just you walk into a restaurant, the women are not going to be all over you. You walk into the women are not going to be all over you.
I'm just sorry.
I just want to be more specific
Okay,
because I want to
fair
create
enough.
a real expectation. When you're in those special places, the women will be all over you. But trust me, there's a reason they're trying to get your money. That's the deal. However, there's expect eyes to be on you. Expect that people will be paying attention to you for various reasons. So people are curious about you. People want to know about you. But don't expect people to be coming up to you and love bombing you. It's not going to work that way. And any woman that does come up to you is not the woman you want. She is trying to get at your money. If a woman comes up to you, hear this. You guys hear this. I always want to hear me roar, right? But hear this. If a woman comes up to you and introduces herself to you, that is not the woman you want. There you go. Okay. You disagree?
I don't disagree.
Right.
But what if that woman is, just trying her luck?
She's shooting her shot?
Yeah, just
No, it's not the one.
right. I saw this guy is so handsome. Maybe I'll take a chance. I'll take courage. That's her.
Tell me a situation. I want you to just run through your brain and all the situations or scenarios you've heard of where that worked out and the people ended up together. It doesn't. It's not the woman you want because
How can
she,
I ask for your
she's trying.
name? Then I'm too shy. How can I get your number? For example, we don't know each other. You're walking at the mall, and then I saw you. Ay, gosh, he's so. I wanna get his number, but how can I get his number? Oh, I will miss my chance. I will miss my opportunity to meet you or to get to know you.
You might. The woman, the woman who comes up to you and introduces herself to you is 99.9% of the time after your money. She is after your money. That is not the woman you want. And the one thing I guarantee you, she has done that before. Agree or disagree?
Agreed.
She has done that before. She has practiced. She's done it before a lot of times. She's not the woman you want. Just trust me on that. We talk about Filipinos being shy. We talk about Filipinos being conservative, traditional. That defeats all of those theories. The woman that comes up to you is not the woman you want.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But the moment you
Unless it's Ching and Ching's not coming up to you asking you for your number. Right.
And of course, when you come here to the Philippines and you go to those online dating apps, you'll be bombarded.
You're gonna get blown up.
Yeah, with a lot of messages, and people would just want to meet you right off the bat.
Right. You're gonna get blown up because it's a race. Because you're fresh meat. It's a race to see it is a race. Who can get him first, right? Everybody's racing. I gotta get him first. I gotta get him first because they know that time is wasted. And the person who gets him first gets access to his money. So it's gonna be a race. Right? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Black Park says he's an expert on the Philippines, right? Can't wait to meet up with my new friends. Black Box, I can't wait. I'm excited to meet you, bro.
Mm. So Big Love said, as a married man, if I were to visit the Philippines on a slow vacation, I would be there for the beauty of the islands. If I were single, that would probably be different.
Roger that. I mean, look, people usually come to the Philippines for the beaches and for the booty. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. I mean, some people might have other ideas, maybe for business, but it's usually for the beaches or the booty. One of the two. And
For
sure.
The beaches.
For sure. Right?
Okay, Michael Moy said, do not expect the Philippines to be anything like the USA. Use that thought before you get here. You have to be open-minded and go with the flow.
I think that's a big thing too. People, it's not like I've heard, I can think of a couple people in my mind right off the bat who, they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't do that. Hey, if you want all that, dude, you should stay home. It's the Philippines. You came here for a different experience. So embrace the experience of being in a different place, right? It's just kind of that simple. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think this is where what I always think whenever I travel. Be in that moment. Just be in that moment.
Enjoy the moment. Yeah.
Enjoy the moment. Yeah. Just take time to observe, take time to experience, and it's a totally different culture out here.
Last night I went to that rum cake I got from Larry. Was it from Larry B? From the rum cake. Larry B. By the way, shout out to Larry B. That rum cake was off the hook, son. But I wanted to get some ice cream with the rum cake, right? But it's Holy Week, so they're out of everything, right? I mean, everything at Lawson. They're out of everything, right? So instead of getting a little pint-sized one, I had to get the big one. I didn't want it, but so there was only 2 left, right? So I went in the freezer, got the big one, took it to the counter, and she scanned it and it said, "Oh," and they start giggling. It turns out there was no QR code or whatever. It didn't come up. So she said, "I'm sorry, sir, it's not available." Like, what are you talking about? It's not available, right? It's in the freezer. I'm sorry, sir, it's not available. You can't buy this. I'm like, yes, I can, because they couldn't find the price for it because they were being lazy. They were being lazy and they didn't want to find the price for it. So no. What I did is, so I actually had to go back to the freezer, find a different one, scan this. The price it's the same brand, the same. It's just scan this one. So they scanned another. It was a different flavor. It was the double Dutch, which, and so that's how I did it. But expect that you will run into situations like that where the solution is so obvious, and you will have to keep your cool. I mean, I'm saying it how I thought it, but I was very cool and casual about it. But you'll have to keep your cool. It'll be mind blowing as to, I'm telling you, the solutions. It'll be crazy. It will be definitely. What you got? Who's calling in?
Michael, what's up, Richie?
What's happening, Michael Moore?
I got a lot to say about.
I know you do.
I only got 2 and 2 because I know Ching is timing me here.
Cut your ass off, man.
I know it. So all I gotta say is this: before you come in here, you come over to the Philippines, do the consult with Richie. Don't waste your time. Do the half hour, do an hour, do 2 hours. He's gonna save you money. He's gonna put you on game. It's gonna be so much better experience when you get here than trying to wing it on your own.
Thank you, Michael.
You know what, Mike? I really appreciate that. And we're not doing this live stream to try to make money, because as I explained to you when we had dinner, I actually lose money when I do a consult because I'm taking time out of my work to do it. But I really want people to have a good experience when they come here. And I'm telling you, people, we will save you money for sure. Because there's just too much you don't know already. There's just so much you don't know, and the experience of not just ourselves, but everybody else that we have. So
collating all those experiences and sharing them with you.
Absolutely. Michael, give us. I know you've been here for what, about 2.5 weeks now?
Yep.
Give us your experience. Tell us about. Tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly about the experience, about the Philippines. We'll let you stay on for a little while longer. I'll control Ching, right? I'll control her.
Okay, good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, let's see. When they say they can't do something, they can't. If you complain enough about it, you'll get it done. I bought a motorcycle. They said, "Oh, you need an ACR. You can't get registration. It's going to take you months." Guess what? After I went to the LTO, they said, "Oh, wait a minute. That dealer's BS." They called them. Wouldn't you know, 2 days later, I got the plates to my bike already. 2 weeks old.
Right.
You just have to make noise, unfortunately. And the other thing I say, first thing on dating, if you're on Tinder, dude, 95% of those people on Tinder are dudes. I'm sorry, they're dudes. Pay attention.
A lot of dudes.
If you're over here trying to hook up with something, you might want to look.
You know what? On that, I'm gonna say this: if she looks so beautiful and you can't believe it, don't believe it. I'm just telling you. That's
too good to be
That's
true.
my theory about the lady boys. They look so good. You don't have business. You have no business messing with them, because if it's a woman, she's probably out of your league, bruh. And if it's a dude, that's why she's with you. That's why she wants you, because she's a dude. Just saying.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, if it's a good one, she ain't on Tinder.
Boom. All right. Anything else? Any other advice you got for these fellas?
Trust nobody. Nobody. Zero. That is earned. Trust no one. I mean, expats especially. Trust nobody.
Everybody's trying to get money here. Even expats that pretend to be your friends. Even just don't be very. I won't say. Excuse me. Thank you. I won't say don't trust anybody, but be very, very. I mean, yeah, keep your guard up. Keep your guard up, because people are trying to get money, and you just, like Mike said, trust is earned. Make people earn your trust. That's simple. You got
the simplest things that you take for granted back in the States can bite you here hard. And I mean, you're coming over here on a budget. If you're moving here and you got a certain amount of dollars to spend and whatever, man, you can only take so many hits.
Exactly.
And then, the learning experience costs you a lot of money. Hey. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do the consult.
Mike, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, brother. And
and Chang, I'll meet you next time, hopefully, when I'm in Manila.
Yeah.
When you come to Euro.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not working when you come here. Thank you, Michael.
Order the steak.
Okay.
She still won't get that steak. Right. All right. We appreciate you, Michael. You know, I was just gonna say something. What was I gonna say?
About Tinder, about what?
I don't even remember.
Okay,
I gotta write. I usually have my little notepad right here where I write some stuff down. It'll pop into my head. But he really is on point. You got to be careful when you get here. Yeah. There's just so many different ways that's what I was gonna say. So many cats, especially if they're moving here or if they're traveling, you're on a budget, and people don't have. So many people are trying to get in your money. They're trying to get in your money. And it's, little things add up. They start adding up. And, these cats that are coming here, flying women in and doing all of this. I mean, taking women out to extravagant. You guys don't need to do all of that. Women here appreciate, most women, the women you want appreciates going to, I'm not going to say Jollibee, but some, it doesn't need to be a fancy 5-star restaurant. Take her to a decent joint. She will appreciate it. You just don't need to do all the stuff that cats come here trying to do, spending up the money that they don't have. Caller, what you got?
Yo, first of all, they love Jollibee, man.
They do. Brooklyn's in the house. What's
Young
up?
Fresh from New York.
What's up, Young Fresh?
I want to flip it a little bit. I want to support the Philippine side of the coin real quick and say really quickly about the one of the things that I've been hearing is like Philippines with the taxis and everything. If anyone traveled before, specifically in Bermuda, I forgot, somebody called in from that country.
Morris.
I wanna call out Bermuda. I've been there for golfing. My brother got married there in Hamilton, and Bermuda, they do not allow visitors to rent cars. It's like restricted. I don't know if it's a law or whatever. You cannot rent a car. So there's no Hertz and Avis and all these different things. So you basically are forced to take taxis. And I'm just gonna say, in Bermuda, and not even just beating up that country, but Colombia, many other countries, whenever you are taking a taxi, and I'm even going to include New York, try to get a non-Uber in New York and just try to flag down a random taxi driver. You are not going to get transparency. That's my whole point. Any country you go to and you are outside the Uber, Grab kind of contract app, transport thing, you are not going to get transparency. So I don't really think it's a Philippines thing where Filipino taxi drivers overcharge you. I think a lot of countries overcharge you because if there's no transparency in the actual price, you know what I mean? If you just randomly walk up to a taxi driver in like China, I mean, you actually been to China. I have never been to China, so maybe I'm wrong. But I would not be surprised if I'm in Beijing and you just walk up to a random driver and you say, "Hey, I want to go downtown Beijing." They are probably not going to give you the most transparent rate. That's the first thing. So I don't think it's a Filipino people charging you. I think taxi drivers are wired to make bread. They are wired to make money. Second point I wanted to say is whenever one of the things that shocked me when I first came to the Philippines was I thought that it's just not efficient here. It's not, everything is inefficient. People are very slow, the processes. But as I started traveling more, especially to the Philippines, one thing I started learning was it's not that they want to intentionally be inefficient, and it's not like they intentionally want to make things like complicated for visitors, but it's really their job. Like, for instance, if you ever been to Boracay, and you try to get you fly into Caticlan and you try to get on the ferry boat that goes to Boracay, there's 4 different jobs. There is, after you purchase a ticket, you literally have to buy the ticket. Somebody has to validate it. Then you got to go to another place. Then you got to go to another place. So
it's a process.
I'm sorry. I just really wanted to defend, because I travel a lot. I started opening my eyes and saying, yeah, I guess as a New Yorker, if I go into a store like Watson's, I want self-checkout. Well, Watson Pharmacy, I'm sorry, you're not going to see self-checkout. So Americans and Westerners, we need to just accept the fact these people need jobs. Like if you lay off a whole bunch of people in Watson's, if you go into average Watson's in BGC or wherever, yes, you might see 15 people in Watson's standing up trying to help you. Well, because they need the job. They need the money. So I think the last thing is just please be more acceptable and mindful that people are actually trying to get money and people are trying to feed their family. So whenever you're traveling, know that don't look for a lot of efficiencies that you would see in your country, like the self-checkout, and maybe you use your phone to like scan payments and stuff like that. Understand that there's someone's job is on the line. So that's why they can't skip over, like once you buy the ticket, why do I have to do this? What? Stop asking why and start accepting the fact that people have jobs. All right, that's it, man. Yo, Fred, sorry. I just had to make that point because it just kills me when people, they expect certain things from different countries and they don't really take into consideration that is someone's job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, you make a great point, bro. And I think it needs to be highlighted. I appreciate you. But the other day, I asked one lady for help, and 3 people, came over and they're looking at my ticket. And I'm like, hey, I don't need 3 people. I just need one person. But he makes a great point in that, like if you go to the supermarket, like maybe 5 people will try to help. They need jobs, right? So jobs, they need to be doing something. So that's a great point. You will see people doing meaningless or menial tasks, and don't front on them. It's just, look, that's their job. If they didn't do that, they wouldn't get paid. They wouldn't have a job. There's not jobs in abundance over here. So that's a great point, actually.
Yeah. So don't I think the efficiency that you get at home it's not as efficient here because we need to delegate those tasks to several people to accommodate them having that job.
Right.
So I think, also in the supermarket, I think that in some supermarkets, they would be glad to carry your bags for you. But a lot of times in certain supermarkets, they're not allowed to take the tips. So
What do
don't
you mean carry your bags for you?
like the grocery bags, the grocery bags when you go shopping. Sometimes when you go to the parking, of course, when you have a car or when you're going to wait for an in drive or something like that, when you have too many bags, sometimes they are, ma'am, do you want me to carry these bags for you? Sure. And then sometimes they're not allowed to take tips because it will cost them their jobs. But if you really want to do that, just be very, very discreet when you give them tips, because once they get caught, their job is on the line.
Right. I try to tip in every, if as long as they deserve it. If I got good service, I try to tip every time I get an opportunity, as long as I got good service. There's times when you just don't get good service, and therefore they just don't get a tip. But like you said, in those instances, you can do the handshake, where you put the money in your hand and you shake their hand like that, and you tip them like that. Right.
But also sometimes you have to take into consideration that sometimes, although I understand that good service is good service, but sometimes, people will come off as a little grumpy. You just understand their situation, that maybe there's a lot going on, especially in the crisis nowadays. They're a little not too friendly.
Nah,
But
I can't get on with it.
that's you, because me, I always consider that there might be something going on with this man's mind, and probably he's still working.
You gotta be professional.
Yeah.
But you gotta leave that. When you go to work, you're there to work. I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying you have a job to do. That's part of your job. You put that aside for that 8 hours or that 10 hours, whatever it is, and you put a smile on your face or whatever you got to do, and you do your job. So don't come at me grumpy. If you're working in a public place, I don't care what country we're in. And you don't even have to smile, but I expect you to be polite, and I expect you to do your job, and I expect good service, right? And if I don't get it, then I by no means feel obligated to tip you. Carla, what you got?
I'm sorry, this will be the last time I call it. Right? So, when you come here, be careful where you're using your ATM card. Don't just, be mindful of your surroundings. And for the love of God, don't be using your bank card around a damn bar. Okay? There's guys that are going to jump you here. It's happened before. My thing is, I had to go to the bank the other day. It's Holy Week. I was, it's okay. Teachers watching me, so in the car. I try to only go to the bank when the bank is open. For that reason, and number two, if the machine needs the card, you're gonna want that bank to be open.
Right.
And you're gonna have to fill out a form. They're gonna put you through some stuff, but they can open the machine, get your card out. Number three, if you're using it, you try to only use it in the mall or something like that. They got skimmers out here.
Yep, they do.
If you guys out here drinking and partying or whatever, crazy, but hey, that's your thing. Do your thing. But be careful when you're using that ATM machine. There might be a skimmer in there. And once you do that, you get your card back. But you're gonna log in, you ain't gonna have no money.
Exactly.
And if you're moving here long term, I would get new bank cards, credit cards, or whatever. If you're moving here permanently, get everything new. That's just my take. And one more thing, this caller. If you're coming recently, which I hope you're not, because you're going, with all this going on, they scam you here at the taxi now because of high gas prices. It was on the news. I watched it last night.
People got arrested.
So, yeah, this dude got arrested. Yeah, he got arrested for that. I never had to take it. I just use InDrive, and the other one, or mostly Peach, be careful. If they're not showing you the meter, don't get any damn tax.
Yeah, I'll get out.
They have to show you.
No, I'll actually, because they're gonna try to quote you a price no matter where. This is just the taxi, a meter tax. They're gonna try to quote your price no matter where you're going, and if you agree to that price, it could be two blocks away. You still got to pay that price. So insist on using the meter. Insist on using the meter.
Yeah.
If you won't flip the meter, get out of the taxi. And more game. Don't put your bags in the trunk. Don't put your bags in the trunk, y'all. So here, thanks, Raymond. Well, I appreciate that. I'll expand on this. You guys, if you can't help it, put your bags in the backseat of the car with you. Why? Because if you get into an altercation or if you have a difference of opinion or anything like that, that man has got your bags, right? Ride with your bags. Don't put them in the trunk, especially if there's an InDrive or a Grab. it's good because the price is already
Fixed.
up front. The price is fixed. But a taxi or anything like that, don't put your bags in the trunk because he's got your bags. I'm telling you, I've seen this happen. I've heard of it happening. They will ride off with your bags, right? And they got you. They got you by the balls. You can't make them. I mean, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. Put your bags in the back seat with you. Ride in the back seat with your bags if you can. And if you have to get into a meter taxi, like Morris was saying, or like some other people were saying, then make sure you make them use the meter. Insist on using the meter. If they don't use the meter, get out of the taxi. Just get out, walk away. Don't get into a funk with them. Just get out and walk away and say no. That's it.
Okay, so speaking of metered taxi, there's another like hailing app here, also considered as metered taxi. It's called Green GSM. So another alternative for InDrive and Grab. It's metered. You can hail them, you can book them. So whenever you see them, you can't miss it because it's green. Green GSM.
And
It's in Cebu. It's here in Manila also. So yeah, it's about the same range. It will give you up front the meter. The screen is so big in front of the
so
car.
you always know.
So you see what the price is. It's digital. So
and it's an electronic vehicle. So they're not getting tore up by the gas prices right now. Right? Okay. All right. Anything else?
I think for that conversation, I think I'm done with it. So I have another one.
Okay, go ahead. What you better say?
So if you are coming here to the Philippines and you plan on staying at not a hotel but an Airbnb or condo, of course that is situated in a community. So let's talk about reality. You will hear roosters, especially when you stay in the provinces.
You hear roosters in my
So you will hear roosters early at 4:00 in the morning. So when you will hear loud tricycles, you will hear karaoke, you will hear dogs barking and jeepneys, and of course vendors shouting taho early in the morning or doing the they're selling bread or rice cakes. So you hear a lot of noises.
But that's mostly in smaller cities. Is that in big cities too?
In big cities too.
Really?
Yeah. In the afternoon, you will hear people screaming or shouting balot and all that. So so you'll hear a bunch of noises that you won't normally hear at home, but you get used to the sound.
I don't even hear it anymore. I don't even. I hear the roosters, but I don't hear them. I mean, I know they're there still,
but it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, I don't even hear it. I don't even hear the traffic. Like because that intersection's down there.
Yeah, because
I can hear the whistles. If I'm listening for it, I can hear it.
But your ears are already accustomed to the noise.
You turn it out.
But a lot of guys drive it drives them crazy, like hearing them in the morning, dogs barking, and especially on a Sunday, you will listen to your neighbors playing loud music in the morning. So especially if you have older neighbors, they will play their music out loud while sweeping the floor, sweeping the dry leaves in their backyard. Yeah.
You really have to be very open. You're gonna, we have these things about space and noise and all that stuff. They don't have that here. They don't have it here. And especially if you go out in the province, you say, "Oh, the province is going to be more peaceful." No, son.
There are more tricycles. There are more dogs. There are more roosters out there.
Yeah, and there's more. And they're going to do karaoke.
At night,
all night long. All night long, they'll be doing karaoke. So get that out of your head. It is what it is, right? All right.
Let's get into the comments. Yeah. Yes. Michael Moy said, when you move here, you got to have a plan, a purpose. Easy to get antisocial and do nothing.
It is. And, Cal was talking about that yesterday, how easy it is to get here. And it's just so chill and so relaxing that you don't go nowhere. You can post up in your condo for days watching Netflix or watching TV or doing that, ordering food or whatever, and you end up going nowhere. It's very easy to be antisocial. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree. Okay.
So Gangsta Gummy said, I felt more at home in the Philippines than any foreign country I went to. I miss it. I miss it even now.
Gangsta Gummy, I gotta tell you, bro. You know, when I'm ready to go home, I'm excited to see my family. But I'm telling you, maybe 1 week after I get home, I'm ready to come back. I mean, I want to see my family. I want to spend time with them, all that. But I really, I really miss I miss the Philippines when I'm gone. Right?
Okay, so Chosen One said, take away dating options. Nobody would go to the Philippines. I'm just being honest.
You know what, Chosen One? I'm gonna push back a little bit. I'd say a lot of people, because I've said this before too. I'd say it, not just the dating options, but the whole English thing comes into play a lot.
And the age gap.
And the age gap, that I think the dating options, the age gap relationships, and the English speaking makes the Philippines a good place for a lot of people to come to. However, I wouldn't say nobody would go to the Philippines, but I think a lot of people would choose other options. I agree with that. I definitely agree to that for sure. All right. Okay. Caller, Black Box, what you got, bro?
Yeah, let them know that roosters are like Nick was yelling in the project. One starts and then they all start.
They all get going.
That's the leader.
Then they argue for a little bit. They shut up. Then the weak one yells, and then they all start again.
Start again.
They go all night long.
It's like
Then you get
hunting.
woke. Like they have an argument. And then in the morning, you get woken up to 80s music.
Right. Right. It never stops. It never stops. And the barking dogs.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
And the dogs, I love it. You have to learn to love it. When I went the first time, I loved the roosters. I was laughing all night. The person I was with thought it was crazy. I'm sitting there laughing at the roosters. Are they arguing all night long? You gotta look at it with a smile. That's the best way I can say. Don't be irritated about it.
I think it can be irritating, but you get used to it. I mean, even there's some dogs across the hall from me in my condo. Man, I like to choke the shit out of those dogs sometimes. But in truth,
the roosters are yelling in Jersey when I work in it. Gave me the Philippines flashbacks.
Right. Yeah, you get used to it. You do. Hopefully, you get used to it. If you don't, then maybe the Philippines may not be the place for you. But yeah,
that's why I say patience is a virtue.
It really is. It really is.
But I don't think roosters for me in IT Park. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah.
Probably not. No. Probably not.
I haven't seen any research.
We didn't see none yet.
Maybe the electronic rooster.
Right. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Let's move on to the comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Comments?
Oh, we're just in the comments? Okay, go ahead. All right.
Okay, so we have, who's that? Can you help me pronounce it?
Which one?
Yeah. It's a new name.
Shy Rachel. Shy Rachel. Shy Rachel? Good. Shy Rachel. Shy Rach. Oh, that's not a Rachel, huh? Shy Rach.
Shy Rach.
It's Shy Rach, maybe. Okay. Shy Rach.
Good morning.
Yeah, we ain't trying to cook your name. Let us know if we're mispronouncing your name so we can get it right. And let us know where you're from. I feel like I've seen that name before though. I really do. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Adam?
Adam, yeah.
Okay, Adam.
I like Adam and Eve. You guys say Adam?
Yeah.
Really?
Adam. Okay.
Can
you
Sure.
finish? Thank you. So Adam's watching from Da Nang, Vietnam, spent 8 months in the Philippines in 2024 and loved it, considering coming back next year.
Adam, we were supposed to be in the Philippines last week. We changed our plans.
Philippines?
I'm sorry. We're supposed to be in Vietnam last week. We ended up needing to change our plans at the last moment. But I loved Vietnam. Loved my trip to Vietnam when I went in 2016. I think it was 2016 or 2018. I can't remember. But it was absolutely it was 2016. It was a great trip, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming back. Adam, welcome to our channel, bro. Welcome to our channel. Let us know what you think. Especially, there's a lot of scams, a lot of things, good and bad in Vietnam. You could put us up on game about what goes down in Vietnam too, Adam, for sure. Okay. Let's see. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the Oracle said, "Hi, Rich and Cheng. I was both scared and excited the first trip. Thank you for sharing that, Oracle. And what made you scared and excited?"
Right, good question. Good question, right? It is exciting. It's really exciting. I'm gonna call him Junior from now on. Right? Okay. We'll take this here. Because Reggie, I'm telling Sting Shag, we met a dude that could easily be your father. That cat was so large, bro.
What was that? What now?
We when we were in Cebu, we met a nice dude named Reggie.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I don't know how we could do it on here. I'm telling you, he looked like an older version of you. He looked like you in 20 years is what he looked like. Your same size, your same height, your same size. Dude, he looked, it was like looking at you all over again. He was huge, bro. Huge. What's happening, brother? What's going on?
Hello, man. Look, I'm out here chilling out here in La Union right now, so I'm enjoying myself. I guess the funny effects things. My ad for this thing would say, "Come with anticipation, no expectations," and that'll be the best way to describe the Philippines. Anticipation, no expectations.
That's a good way to put it.
Here, yeah, if you come here expecting stuff, you're gonna be very, very disappointed.
Right.
If you anticipate wait, if you anticipate not getting exactly what you want, yeah, then you'll have a very reasonable experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing I did was I researched most of the stuff before I came here, so it was more about anticipation. So if something exceeded my expectations, I was extremely happy.
Right.
So those are the things you got to look at.
Expect that it's going to be different. Expect a different experience.
Exactly. And then other than that, I think the reason I really enjoy the Philippines, you consider dating, the whole thing. Well, that's all great and well and fun, but for me, it's just if you like the outdoors, you like being close to the water, you like the tropical environment. Those are the things you got to look at. Look at things outside of the dating that are going to appeal to you. And if that's what you're looking for, you can have a more appreciation for the Philippines. For me, that's what it was for me. So. I enjoy myself. People having the locals laugh at me when I'm falling out of the jeepney and stuff like that. They're having a great time looking at me, and I'm having fun with them. The people are pleasant. I can't beat this. I love it out there.
You know what? I have to say over and over again, because you made that point. The people are awesome. The one thing I'll say, I mean, the processes that you might go through at the bank or at a restaurant might be a little less than desirable, but the people in general, the people are awesome here. They really, really are. Yeah. And they make the experience worthwhile a lot of times.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing I want to include for everybody to think about, make sure you put a travel alert on any of your credit cards, because I went to the shop to buy a TV and all my credit cards got turned down. I forgot that I didn't turn them on to a travel alert.
Yeah, I said that.
Call me. What's happening in the Philippines?
Right. Man? I said that before. I said that a little bit ago, is you got to call before you leave. Call before you leave and let them know you're coming to the Philippines. For you guys who are just coming on, you have to do that, because they will decline your card and they might freeze it for fraud, because they'll think to protect you from fraud, and it's actually you. So make sure you call them. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna get back to fun of myself and enjoying out here, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Hopefully, I'll catch you before I leave.
That's what I was just about to say. Holla at your boy.
Thank you, Stan.
Will do, brother.
Take care.
See you, Chang. Take care. Bye.
Okay, so Bruce here said, when I was at the airport, random people wanted to carry my bags. Yes, actually, they're not airport personnel, but they're hustlers that, of course, they get paid with the tips that you give them by carrying your bags. But of course, you can carry your bag yourself. We have trolleys, and you can do it yourself. Yeah.
And look, once they get your bags, there's no guarantee they're going to give you your bags back. Just saying. So, so just be careful. Be careful, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Oracle said, I've been there twice. I think they're talking about Da Nang. Right. All right. Obi-Wan said,
I was scared my first time going there. I planned to stay 1 month and ended up staying 2 years until mom got sick. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. But look, it's captivating. If you love that, if you like the outdoors like I do, there's everything to do here. Hiking, swimming, camping, all the diving, everything you could do outdoor. Even if you want to rent a freaking motorbike and go on a day excursion or a weekend excursion, rent a motorbike, man, you could do everything here. I mean, everything is, and it's not even expensive. I mean, stuff can add up on you now.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I really think I wish we could get rid of that stupid
Autofocus.
autofocus. Yeah, it makes me
It's-
crazy, man. Anyway, you got to like sit up. Yeah, yes.
Move.
I know. Anyway, right.
Honestly.
Okay. I'm trying to like sit back at a certain, like find the range for it.
Okay.
Okay, right there. But if either one of us, I mean, because we're like right next to each other, but if you lean forward, you see what
It's
I mean?
finding the light.
Yeah. And come on. Anyway, all right, we'll keep going. You got anything else?
Mm.
Any other points you want to make?
Yeah, I think a lot of times you think that it's cheap, but everything adds up. Everything, your grab ride adds up, your date to the restaurant, your fast food adds up. And of course, speaking of fast food, it's not fast here, huh?
It is not fast. Yeah. You will find out that you can go to Jollibee
And 20
Yeah.
minutes later, you still don't get your
or
food.
30. Yeah. I mean, it is not fast food, but the crazy thing is they're used to it. Nobody complains. I mean, few people complain. Nobody says anything because they're afraid of making somebody lose face. So nothing gets done, nothing changes because people just accept the way the service is. I know it wouldn't work that way in the US, but you're not in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I think for the most part, a lot of Filipinos are patient.
Right.
Patient when it comes in lining up in the grocery. So long. It's so long. In Jollibee, wherever you go, there's a line. In MRT,
Right.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
So Bruce said I had to get used to being called ma'am, sir. I was looking around for the ma'am.
Right.
Good morning, ma'am, sir.
Why don't you-
Because it's like a spiel that sometimes they don't eliminate the sir or the ma'am is if they're because they're just good morning, ma'am, sir. So where's the ma'am?
Does that take account for lady boys or something?
No.
Okay.
It gets crazy, right? Some people, like for example, I watched this news before that the customer got mad because the service crew called him sir, but she wanted to be called a ma'am because he was dressed like
Anyway.
the pronouns.
You put that
Nah.
in.
But anyway, yeah.
You want to
Go.
go ahead?
Yeah, Sam in
What's up,
Gen
Sam?
3. Hello, Sam. My first trip was in 2009 for a weekend. Believe that or not, I did all the wrong things. Taxi, met at the airport, the whole nine. But I was hooked and came back at least 3 times a month.
Damn. I ain't gonna ask what got you hooked, Sam, but I have a pretty good idea. You can't go through all of that and want to come back unless something really good happened to you. So
You learn, right?
you learn, right?
Mm.
But I want to say something because I have to include the things that happened to me personally. And one thing I have to point out, if anybody comes up to you and they're overly friendly, your antennas should go up immediately. If people say, here's some keywords for you, come with me, follow me. Those are some keywords for you. If anybody says that, it is so likely to be a scam. Don't get caught in it. Don't get caught in that. The other thing is if you go to a bar,
If you go to a bar,
did you get it?
I got it.
Thank you, I guess.
If you go
And
to
anyway, yeah. If you go to a bar, you're used to being at home. We run, just run a tab. Do not run a tab. Pay for each drink individually. Every round of drinks, pay for them individually. They are banking on you running a tab, and I guarantee you they're going to add stuff to your tab, and you're going to be drunk, so you're not going to remember, and you do not want to get into an argument or altercation about it. And just you have to use some common sense that in the US or in your own country, you might be able to do these things and it would be no big deal. Here, you can't do that. People are trying to get money. People are trying to get money and they're counting on foreigners not knowing or understand. Girl in the black shirt.
Also, when you go to a restaurant, always check the receipt, because sometimes they put some things in there that you didn't order and they mistakenly put it. Sometimes it's a mistake, but
And sometimes
sometimes it's not. I didn't get this food. Why are you charging it to me? So you better check the receipt and make sure that everything that you ordered was there in the receipt. And at the same time, the tipping culture is not really a thing here in the Philippines. But I think if you really appreciate the service, then it's up for you to tip. But normally a lot of times people don't expect tips. But
I think they do from foreigners.
from foreigners,
I
yeah,
think
they
from
do.
foreigners, which
But
is kind of whack, right? It's like you expect more out of foreigners than you do from your own
because
people.
because a lot of times, honey, foreigners do that because you tip it back home, so you already created an expectation here in the Philippines.
So when
Tip.
you come to our country, you gonna tip.
Hmm?
So when you come to our country, you gonna tip.
If that's a culture,
Are you going to tip in our country?
I'm going to tip because that's your
Okay.
culture.
I-
But here in the Philippines, it's a culture. So would you all blame it to the Filipinos if they will be expecting a tip from foreigners? Because foreigners do that. You tip, which is well appreciated, but it's not a tipping. It's not a tipping culture. So when once you tip, everybody will be expecting, oh, it's a foreigner, he's going to tip.
That's like the give me money syndrome.
Yeah.
Right? You give them
Mhm.
money, and then now they're expecting
Mhm.
you're
You're
expecting
expecting
the
to
next
tip.
person to give them money.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Which I actually don't mind because I'm used to tipping as long as the service is good. You
Mhm.
don't just get a tip, you get tipped based on the
Good
service and the food and the environment, all that stuff, right? So as long as I got the good service, I'm willing to tip. But otherwise, miss me.
Mhm.
Okay. I say that because certain groups of people, I'll leave it at that. Certain groups of people, when they come to the United States, are known for not tipping, and the reason why, and it's not necessarily their fault, um, because they don't tip in their countries, so they don't really know. But some groups they do know. They just play dumb. They conveniently play dumb. But certain groups of people, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, okay. Okay.
Okay, so Michael said get a Fidelity ATM card or Schwab ATM, not foreign ATM fees.
Yeah, that's a good call. I know about the Schwab one. You don't get ATM fee. You don't get ATM fees when you use an ATM. I get gouged. I'm here to tell you, when I get money out of an ATM, I try not to. I try not to, but I get gouged when I use an ATM. So just
Also us, when we don't use the ATM for the exact ATM of our card, we also get charges when you use it for other ATMs. We minimal amount, 20 pesos, 18 to 20 pesos.
yeah, but 20 pesos is like a quarter.
A quarter, but for your foreign ATM, it's 200 pesos.
Yeah,
200 to 250.
yeah, it'll be up. It'll be between $4 and $7 every time you use an ATM card. If you don't use Schwab, there's another one. I can't remember who it is, but there's another one that you don't have to pay ATM fees when you use it. But I know Schwab is one of those, right?
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Okay, any more points? I'll run through these and okay. Okay, Chosen One said, in Cambodia, I got a visa on arrival. They didn't even stamp my passport, just gave me a piece of paper.
I think in Hong Kong they also did the same thing.
Yeah.
I think they're like saving. I don't know because they normally do that nowadays. They don't stamp your passport anymore. They just give you a piece of paper.
You know, they did that when I was in Australia because I wanted the Australian stamp. I'm like, y'all mother, I want the stamp, right? But they never gave me a stamp when I was in Australia.
Yeah, and same thing. When I went to Hong Kong, I want the first stamp in my passport,
Right.
but I didn't get one. I just got a piece of paper.
Right.
So the oracle said she was supposed to help me get my phone set up. She didn't accomplish it. She was supposed to take me to the airport the next day, but was sick and said, go by yourself.
I bet you that was the end of that one.
Mm.
Right.
DC
DC is in the house. What's up, DC? What's happening, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Okay, DC said Cheng they will still honor the older bill at established businesses. Yeah, as long as it's
Not crumpled
not
up. Yeah.
not really, but you can not torn apart and then just
No tears.
no tears.
Yeah, you guys, if a bill is torn at all, You know, in the U.S. you can tape it or whatever.
They accept it, but not.
They're not going to accept it. They're not going to accept it. Yeah. And another thing to get used to is the change factor, right? They're going to ask you. I don't know why here, but I think it's just because people don't want to put in the work. But if your bill is too large, they won't have change for you. Or oh, do you have 20 pesos? As if they can't count it out. There'll be a lot of things. There'll be a lot of things that it could get on your nerve, but you just can't let it get on your nerve, and you just have to smile and say, no, I don't have a smaller bill. You're gonna have to actually do your job. You know, you don't say that, but you think that. You're gonna have to actually do your job and have the bill, and get the change like you should have had in the first place. But it is what it is. All right.
Okay, so the oracle said landed in Manila and the next day took a flight to meet my LDR Filipina, and she actually showed up and we traveled together for 30 days. It was
How
awesome.
about that?
Glad that you had a great
Right.
experience.
Now you said the next day,
The next
right? Yeah, next day. So he did it maybe the right way. Okay. Okay. And Shojin said he's giving Cambodia the edge, right? A good experience in Cambodia. I heard great stuff about being in Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. So I definitely would recommend Cambodia. I think I've never heard a bad thing about Cambodia. Never.
Okay, so
You got anything else?
Next,
let's get to your next point, right?
my next point is about being with the Filipina. If you're meeting with the Filipina, because family is part of the deal here, so you cannot really separate the Filipina from her family. So the oracle said, funny story, or maybe not. But after I had booked flights, hotels, flights within the Philippines, my two kids had a conference call and told me not to go. It was way too dangerous. So maybe you were going down Mindanao, down south. Yeah, it's really a cool place to be in. Just be really cautious on where you're going.
Yeah, and don't be flashy. Don't draw attention to yourself. That's the best way. Do not. Yeah, I remember. I went down to them.
Yeah, and then I messaged you. You were where?
Yeah, that's the case where you're too dumb to know what you don't know. And yeah, I mean, nothing happened to me, but
lucky.
Yeah, but it might have been more lucky than anything else, right? Okay. Isaac's in the house. What's happening, Isaac? What's going on, bro? All right. Let's see. Frank Ellis is in the house. What's up, Frank?
I see you guys are back from Cebu. What were your impressions of Cebu? This was my second time being in Cebu. And the first time I explored all the tourist spots, and now this recent one, we just went into the city, and I think it's a pretty chill community and close to the beach and all that. Yeah, it's pretty chill.
I liked it. I think Cebu is a place that I could probably live. I could probably live in Cebu as long there's a decent hospital in Cebu. So it wouldn't be a bad place to live. We met good people, and all the people. I don't think there was not even one single semblance of a bad experience in Cebu. Not with people I didn't know already. Yeah, I think overall I would say it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Obi-Wan said, if you put 220 volts, your hair clippers are toast. Obi-Wan,
twice.
I can attest to that, bro. Maybe I was just a slow learner. I don't know, man. But I guess I just didn't get it. Don't bring another thing. If you have a PS5 or Xbox, you guys make sure you get the adapter. I'm telling you, don't do it. You will toast your PS5. You will toast your Xbox. You got to make sure. Learn from my mistakes, man, because I've made a couple of them. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, the second clipper he blew, I said, you know what? Stop bringing
Get
clippers.
The clippers from
I'll
here.
just get clippers for you. Okay.
Yeah, get the clippers from here.
Okay, so we already.
Okay, we did that. All right.
So Adam said I lucked out. Both my shavers were 110 to 220 by chance before I left the US.
You were really lucky, bro. Really lucky. I'm telling you. I mean, literally, them jokers started smoking. I mean, I was like, and next thing you know, it's like it started. I mean, yeah, man, that was it. That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
So Mr. said the same thing. Look for an eSIM card.
For
So
sure.
yeah.
And
And
Sally for
eSIM.
eSIM, right? Okay.
So those are two good apps that you can buy from those applications. So 8,000 Mark said, if I should not get the SIM and data at the airport, how do I communicate until I get a local SIM data? So you can go to those suggested applications prior to coming here to the Philippines. You can activate that 72 hours before your travel so that when you come here, you're just going to turn on the data and then just connect to the service and then that's it. Yeah, so you'll be set up for like a few days or couple of days, and then once you get the hold of a mall, then you can go to a mall and go to a service provider.
You get anything you get at the airport is going to be way more expensive than it is. It's just it is what it is. You know, they gotta charge you because the rent at the booths or kiosks at the airport are going to be really expensive.
Yes.
And they got to charge you for it. That's how they make their money. It's going to be more money, right?
So that's the
Let's go. Let's see. Go ahead. You want to read that, please?
Okay. So the Oracle said 8,000. I used T-Mobile international plan and everything worked getting off the plane.
Right. There you go. And I use, by the way, from my home, and I use T-Mobile. I've been using T-Mobile since I got here. T-Mobile is excellent. They really have some good plans if you're already on T-Mobile. So check them out too. Just be vigilant about how much you're gonna, about what you're, about the plan, because I was spending, for probably the first year, I was spending $50 a month for my plan, and you don't need to spend that much. It might be $16. I think I spend $16 a month at this point for my plan. So you just gotta be vigilant and check it out. All right. Let's see. Raymond, he learned that the hard way too with his shaver.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all. I'm telling you, 220 volts out here. It's twice the voltage that we have in the U.S. It will toast your electronics. So just be careful and don't do what I did. Right.
So Mr. said she didn't pick me up from the airport, but she did pick me up from the bus station unexpectedly.
How'd she get them plans, bro? Right. Yeah. and look, sometimes we talk about stuff you don't know, because I know somebody else who accidentally told somebody about his itinerary, and then a woman just showed up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Showed up at the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the woman just showed up at the hotel, right? They're trying to get in where they fit in, bro. I mean, it is what it is, but you got to be careful giving people your itinerary and your plans and all that stuff. So,
okay, so Obi-Wan said, me too, Raymond. I bought another pair up for back, then bought an inverter and still fries the second
yeah,
pair.
bro.
Just get a shaver from here.
Get it from here. Seriously, get it from here. You're better off. You're way better off getting it from here. Right?
Okay, Raymond said, all my Apple devices just work without needing an adapter. Right. I think for the most part, yeah.
Adam says she will bring the whole barangay with her. Going back to getting picked up at the airport. Right?
So I saw this YouTuber, the Filipina YouTuber, where she picked up her boyfriend at the airport with a whole van.
Right.
Van with her family, and then they end up, of course, a lot of people, especially Filipinas, when they haven't traveled outside of their country, they don't understand jet lag. So so they don't understand how many days will it take for you to be accustomed with the time here. And I think you have to explain that to your girlfriend or to your partner that you'll be needing X amount of time before you can actually meet up. So you'll be on your best self, the freshest self, before you can get to meet her.
And I mean, you need to. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of times. It's gonna be different when you meet her in person. I don't care if you've been chatting for months. It's a lot of times it's gonna be different. She will freak out, and some chicks will freak out, and they'll start acting different. They don't know how to act. It's crazy. You never know. The numbers are 90%. There is a 90% chance, according to the numbers, that the woman that you meet when you come here is not the woman you will end up with.
And speaking of being picked up at the airport, a lot of times that Filipina will record a video of her running to you,
Clout.
and
It's a thing.
yeah, and then they're gonna post that on social media.
It's a thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's a thing. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's
about them
yeah.
picking you up at the
Right.
airport and then showing all her friends that, oh, I got my afam.
Right.
I picked him up at the airport.
Right.
Okay.
And then all her friends,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, go ahead.
So the black box said, that's what I will be getting in my first month in the condo, an inverter for my PS5, and once I get my indoor grill air fryer.
Yeah, hey, dude. I mean that PS5 is $600. So I'm just saying, be careful. $600 with the
Adapter or the controller.
controllers and your games. Look, you ain't trying to fry that. But look, I did when I was, because the same thing in China. They have the different voltage. Toasted my PS5. Just, I mean, not my PS5, but back then it was my PS3 or PS4. I can't remember what it was, but done.
Bye.
Cooked. Yeah, absolutely cooked.
Okay, Jim Schaefer. Hello,
What's up,
Jim.
Jim?
Thank you for joining us and where you're watching if you're new to our live stream and our channel. So if you use wall warts to power your equipment, many are rated 120 to 240 volts. You can see the rating on the plugin.
Yeah. Pay attention to the rating.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the rating. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, pay attention. It matters, people. Just there's 3 people here telling you that, 4 people now telling you that it will happen. So yeah, just pay attention to it, right?
Okay, so Raymond said, no, if she brings her mother and family picking you, it's a red flag. I met Peach boots on the ground before coming here. That would still be a red flag for me.
Yeah. And maybe she has good intentions. She just wants her family to meet you.
Yeah, she's so excited.
She's excited, but just let her know. Look, and like Ching said, she's not going to understand jet lag because she's never experienced it before, right? I mean, even if she's traveled outside of Asia, even if she's traveled outside of the Philippines, likely she's only traveled to Asia, where there's not going to be any jet lag. So she's just not going to get that concept until you've gone through it before. So it is tough, but it is just better. For the first time you meet, just don't get picked up at the airport. Just don't do it. Just have your apps, get to your hotel, get settled in, take a look around, and then chat with her more once she's there. Once you're there, and see how it is and see if it's still the same. Isaac, go ahead, man. What's happening?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing real good.
So as far as the jet lag, there used to be an app called Time Shifter.
I put people up on game on that, bro.
Okay, yeah. So I used it the first 2 times. They now charge, so I ain't paying. So I didn't use it this time. I kind of just learned the skills from the first 2 times I used it. But yeah, Time Shifter is good. You have to pay for it now.
Yeah. It's a great point.
First time I came, say what?
It's a great point. Because I tell people, there's a strategy how to beat jet lag, at least to where you can limit the jet lag to 1 day or 2 days instead of a week. There's definitely some strategies to employ. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yep. Not a problem. No, it's a good app. It just isn't free anymore.
Right.
Wise, I think that's already been talked about, using Wise. I had my Wise account, and Wise has a money market version without a minimum deposit, which is actually pretty good. In terms of phone, I use Holofly. Now, I'm probably more comfortable there. That's why I was going there for the first time. But when I go, I don't want my phone to work in terms of my U.S. phone number. I don't want any calls, any texts. I'm going there to unplug.
Right.
I'm going there to get away. So I get Holofly data only, and basically the only people who can communicate with me are people who have WhatsApp.
Right. Good point.
So, in terms of eSIMs and stuff like that, what was it? Sprint will work there. T-Mobile will work there. What's the green one that has the Fox Mint? Mint Mobile works there. So all those are fine. But once again, I purchased my HoloFly on my computer at home before I even leave, get the eSIM on my phone. Once I land at NAIA, turn my phone off, turn it back on, and the eSIM's ready to go. And the phone is like up and running. Cash, I usually fly. Well, once again, the first time I didn't have any pesos, but now I always have a couple hundred pesos when I leave. So when I come back, I've already got a couple hundred pesos in my pocket. I just send money right to my wife's BPI account and just have her go get cash for me whenever I need cash and stuff. Definitely the travel note. You can do that. Most cards, you can do it right from the app. So for my Amex and other stuff, I just do the travel note right on the app, and that's done. And I'm good to go there. Obviously, Grab for all your food and cars. InDrive, just keep in mind, InDrive does not use a card. InDrive is cash. So you got to have pesos to pay the guy.
But
Yes.
it's only cash?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I've never tried to use a card, but I never knew that. But I always tell people, if you don't know about InDrive, download the app. I think it's better than Grab. I think it's the best ride hailing app in the Philippines. My own opinion.
It's definitely cheaper. It allows you to say, okay, well, here's like kind of a generic price that they start with. If you want something faster, you can offer more money. Or if you're not in a huge rush, you just want to get the car scheduled, you can save some money because I'm not in a rush. InDrive kind of focuses the price around your level of demand. But like I said, it is cash. Grab can be cash. When I was there a couple weeks ago, we got a Grab ride, and I booked it under my wife's name. It was my account. Say what?
Cash, GCash, or Grab Pay. Those are the three things that you can pay via Grab.
So GCash, I learned I can't do because I don't have a Philippines phone number. You got to have a Philippines phone number to do the GCash. I tried to set that up several times and realized they won't only do it with a +1.
Yeah.
You got to have the +63. But yeah, so I mean, it's restaurants. Found a new one, Tableau. Have you guys been to a Tableau?
I don't think so.
Okay, apparently it's a small chain. It's not quite high end, but on the verge of like high end dining. Tablo. We went there 3 times in 1 week. I don't recommend that because obviously you're going to spend money. But I was seeing family. I got an uncle who's been living there since 2009. One of my frat brother's wives is Filipino, and I met her family, his wife's family. They came and hung out with us. We went to dinner. Buying stuff off the street is cheaper. Airbnbs, I always get one for the first week that I'm there before I go to my wife's house, just so we could be away from the family, because that whole family thing is real. And once they get around you, they're not going to leave you alone, and you won't have any alone time.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much, Ike. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Yep. All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to cut you off. Yeah. So, but anyway, great points from Ike. I mean, you can only there are several methods where you can pay Grab. Only if you have a Philippines number, you can pay via GCash, Grab Pay.
Which most people aren't going to.
Yeah. But
you can always use cash.
Yeah, the bottom line is, but in InDrive, it's only cash only. Right. Yeah. So, what do you get from this live stream? I think a lot of times the traffic, expect that there's gonna be so much traffic, especially when you're in the city, and especially you have to consider if it's rush hour. So don't travel in the morning between 6:30 to 8 o'clock. That's the rush hour, and then in the evening, about the same time, 5 o'clock to 7. That's the busiest time of the day. And don't travel when it's payday Friday.
No, good point, right?
Yeah.
It's like at home on the 1st and 15th, right?
Yeah.
But here's payday Friday. But good point. You guys, if you come here, it's a big. If you're talking about Cebu or Manila, especially, it's a big city. there's a lot of traffic. You read about it and you hear about it in a lot of the videos. It's true. There's a lot of traffic. Leave early. Plan to go. Leave earlier. If you know there's traffic, then get ready. Leave earlier. Whatever. Do whatever you got to do so you can get to where you're trying to go.
Yeah, so if you're meeting someone at around 5 p.m., leave at 3:30, especially when you're living far.
Get there early.
Yeah.
Give you a chance to see more stuff. If you get there a little bit early, go walk around and see more stuff.
Hurt if you arrive.
Be all right. Yeah.
And also the heat. I think this is what shocked a lot of foreigners. They underestimated the heat here. So
don't wear a black Raiders jersey.
But normally during the time of the year, like now, April, it's hot. Yeah, it's super hot. So, and also delays. Yeah, like we experienced a delay in the airport, like an hour delay on your flights.
Like more than that.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah. So, they keep changing gates and, that's understandable, but experience a lot of delays and you just have a lot of patience. Oh,
we missed a call. Okay. All right.
Mm.
I think we might have missed a couple calls actually. But anyway, let's see, go ahead.
So Jim said the Belkin transformer or converter from Amazon is great. I have 3. They're only about $30 each.
Right. Get them. Get those. If you want to save your electronics, get one.
So Adam said physical SIM is the best in the Philippines. Once you get that number, you can use it with GCash, Maya, WhatsApp, and Food Panda. Yes.
There you go. All right, we'll take this one last call. Go ahead, caller. What you got, Young Fresh?
Let's go. Last call.
Last call.
Where you go, man? No, I just wanted to say one thing, and I have to go video call my girl.
Okay.
One thing I want. Yeah. What's up, Kate? Kate always watches y'all, by the way. I always tell her to comment, one thing I wanted to tell people, whenever you come to the Philippines, always be mindful that, and I think I made this point a couple times, but, minimum wage there is $1 per hour. It's $610 as of July 2000. I think as of this year, it's 610. Pesos. So just be mindful whenever you're in a trike or whatever, and you think that trike driver is charging you 10 pesos more or 20 pesos more or 40 pesos more. Like, look, man, you're only gonna be there for 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Just pay the extra 10 cents. Like, don't ruin your whole trip over like little pennies, man.
Nonsense.
You know what I'm saying? So I just really wish more people would like just understand, like they don't have the money. They are making $1 an hour. I want to repeat that. $1 an hour. That is the minimum wage for most people in Manila. $1. So, like whenever you're traveling, don't try to penny pinch, and be like, oh, well, usually should be 25 pesos. Why are you charging me 35 pesos? You're actually arguing about over 5 pennies in the United States.
Right.
Like, so I actually don't even like hanging out with people like that, because it's like, if you travel 8,000 miles and you're only there for a duration of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I could see if you're living there or whatever the case may be. But if you are telling me you're there for 1 month, bro, and you are arguing over actual pennies, there's like, I don't even want to hang out with people like that.
Right.
So I think people just need to be mindful. Like, come on, man, are you really going to argue with this person? Even though they ask you for 20 more pesos, just pay them and keep it moving, bro. That's my last point. All right, peace, Chang.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's actually a great point. And people will come back and say it's the principle. It's the principle. If that's the case, number one, you should know the cost of what it costs to go wherever you're going, right? Like if we're going to Bonnie Station, it's 50 pesos.
Yes.
Right? You should know the cost of, and if they overcharge you, ask before you get in the trike or before you get in.
If you
Ask,
don't want it, then
And if you then
get
take the
another-
next trike,
Hmm.
take the next trike. But like you said, don't be trifling over a dime, over a nickel. It's not worth it at all. Not at all.
Especially nowadays where the gas prices are high. So a little consideration. Gas prices. Yeah, just a little consideration goes a long way for these drivers.
Right, right. Okay. Anything else? Anything
Um,
else there?
I think that's it. Basically, it's your attitude when you come here to the Philippines.
An open mind.
Yeah.
Just be open minded.
And don't
Yeah.
bring your Western mindset here. That it's not going to be the West.
Yeah.
It's don't expect. Just like what Sting Shag said, anticipate but don't expect.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not the US. It's not Canada. It's not a modernized country.
Mm.
There's a lot of things that aren't here. Just go with it. Just go with it. And someone said, you got to make enough noise. I think there's situations for that. But let me say, it's not about making noise, because you don't want to get into any kind of verbal altercation when you're out here. It's not going to go well for you. But it is about but there are times when you know that there is a viable solution to a problem that they're having, and you can present that solution, and hopefully they're willing to accept that. But not about literally making noise or getting upset or whatever. Yeah.
Wherever you go, you come with an open mind.
Come with an open
Whether
mind.
it's in the Philippines or some wherever country. So because they have different cultures and we don't move the same with the US. So
It's exactly it. Okay. Anything else? Any common mistakes that people make, you think,
I
that we
think
could talk about?
yeah, so I think a lot of times when people are too direct here, Western people are known to be direct to the point, but here in the Philippines, face is very important. You don't want to embarrass people, or you don't want them to lose face, especially with their fellow Filipinos, because just be mindful that if you're just putting them on the spot, they don't want that, they will, yeah, just don't make them lose face, because if they get embarrassed,
You
worst
lose.
case scenario,
You
they
lose.
adjust vexation and all that.
Yeah. You can literally go to jail for making somebody lose face here. I mean, you literally can. It's just not worth it. Just enjoy it. Remember why you're here. You're here to enjoy yourself. You're here to have a good time. So enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Don't argue over simple stuff. Just have fun. Have fun, right? Take things slow. Go to the beach. Observe people. Be observant. Don't leave your stuff around. Don't be trusting people. The other thing that blows me away. You meet somebody, you invite her to your condo or your Airbnb, and then you're shocked that something comes up missing. Well, what are you doing? If you're going to invite people to your condo, then put your stuff away. Put your stuff in a safe or whatever. But put your stuff away. It blows me away. Oh, I can't believe this came up missing. Well, what do you think was going to happen, you jackass? Right? Don't be inviting people into your condo. You don't know these people. You don't know these people, man. Don't be smart. Be smart. Come on, man.
Yeah, and make sure that when they will pass concierge and leave their identification on the desk.
Another good, shout out to you. Another good point. If you're staying in a condo, don't make sure. I don't care what she says. She might have a little attitude. I can't believe you made me. No, you need to leave your ID with the concierge. So if anything goes wrong, if anything comes up missing, guess what? She can't leave. They're not going to let her leave. The security will not let her leave, and you can get things straightened out. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But make sure that she leaves her ID with the concierge or at the desk.
The lobby.
Yeah, it's in your best interest. If she has a fit, well, maybe she's not the person that needs to be in your condo in the first place. Anything else?
That's all I can think of.
That's it? That's all you got?
Mm.
Okay.
So
Heck of a show.
Yes. So either you come here with a great experience and you want to come back, or you leave the Philippines with a frown on your face and you curse the Philippines. I don't want to come.
Don't be that 20%.
Yeah.
Don't be that 15 to 20%. Oh no, I'll never go back there. I think you said it. You made a great point. I think it's so much about your frame of mind. It's so much about your mind frame that I think you just have to come here with the right mind frame. That not everything is going to be modern. Not everything is going to be the way it was wherever you came from, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the differences.
Yeah.
Celebrate the differences. Right? Okay. Anything else?
Read some of the comments.
Okay. You pick a comment and you read it real quick. Go ahead, pick a comment and read it, right?
Okay.
I think we need to read this comment.
Them Seathlands. Hello, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the live stream. If you're new to our channel, I think they're not new, but thank you for joining us. I was there 3 times, each a month at a time.
Month at a time. You must have had a ball. All right. DC said, I see a lot of guys giving less than desirable advice. Talk to vets who lived abroad or who are seasoned travelers. DC, I think that's great. That is a great piece of advice. Sometimes the advice that you get from people, the people who tell you that to argue or have, oh, it's about the principles, they'll try to cheat you. They might, but keep in perspective what's really going on. It's just, some people might overcharge you a little bit, but even if you get overcharged, I think about the vegetable stands, the fruit and vegetable stands. Maybe they might overcharge you if you're not with your girl. It's not going to be this egregious amount where you're like, oh my God, they got me for $50. It might be 50 cents they made off you. It's not that big of a deal. So I absolutely agree with you, DC. Anything else? Yeah, I think we talked about the bank card, the bank sections, right? All right. Yeah, maybe that one right there.
Okay, Young Fresh said, one thing I didn't realize at first, be cautious with drinks that contain ice. I have that in mind already, but thank you, Young Fresh, for reminding us that some vendors use filtered water for ice, but others don't. So it's better to be mindful. Yeah, a lot of times in fast food chains, they make their own ice. And a lot of times it's purified. But when you when you just buy from kiosks, they buy from the street vendors, they only buy tube ice and also block ice, which they drag on the street. Right. So you don't want ice that's been dragged on the street. So take off the ice.
I took one for the team. The second time I came to the Philippines, I had a case of the ass, Jack. I mean, it was coming out of both ends because of the ice thing. Because we think about the drinks, don't drink this, don't drink that, but don't drink the water, right? People, but you forget about the ice. So, hey, that's a great point. Take the ice out of your drink immediately. Usually, Ching is really good about that for me. Sometimes I forget, but yeah, just before the ice starts melting, take it out of your drink. Or make sure that to ask, is it purified or not? Yeah. But sometimes they might say it.
They will just say it's purified, just for it's still cold anyway. You want it cold, no ice. Just how about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Mr. Try.
Mr. Try, what's happening, Mr.
Hello,
Try?
Mr. Try. Hello, Rich and Chang from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Hello.
Welcome to our show, Mr. Try. Hey, you guys, if you're new to the show and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, man. We got good videos. We got some good. Subscribe to the channel and become a member. Become a member to our channel. You always get our videos first. You get the first shot at the trivia question, and the bloopers and everything. And we also do some members only live streams and some videos a lot of times, right? A lot of the extra things that we do behind the scenes, you will get if you're a member.
Yeah, all our content, whether it's shorts or long content, you always get it first.
Absolutely. Okay. Good. Hey, some good points in here from all you guys, right? Yeah. World Remit. Frank Ellis said, try World Remit. Hey, Frank, I've never heard of World Remit, but I will definitely look them up and put them on my list. I'm always trying to find people. I'm always trying to find apps that will help to put people on game when they come here, to make it whatever makes it easier for people when they come here. When we do consults, I take a lot of advice from people in the live streams or people we talk to, and I put it on our list of things to tell people, to help them, right? Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else? anything else we missed, right? Okay. Let's see. Obi-Wan said, I used to have an ACR card. Do I get another one or do I have to start all over again? It depends. If yours expire, there's an expiration date. Your
1 year.
ACR card is good for 1 year. So likely you will have to get another one, but you will not get it when you first get here. You need to be here for a month and then apply for your ACR card. I think. Usually I'm almost sure you have to be here for 30 days and then they'll give you the you can apply for the ACR card after that, right? I'm almost positive of that. Anyway, let's see. Oracle said women were friendly in my opinion. Women were saying hello to me at the mall, the 7-Eleven, the laundry service, right? They're going to be friendly. I'm saying I'm talking about the overly friendly one, the ones that come up to you and start a conversation. That's not the one. That's not the one. That is not her first rodeo. She's done it before, and she is probably very skilled at what she does and at everything. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. He confirmed that. All right. This is Stink Shag.
Okay, so Stink Shack said, I did have people cracking up yesterday when I was getting off the jeepney.
I imagine.
I crawled out like I was getting through a tunnel.
Right. I can imagine. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because he's Stink Shag is what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, it's Stink Shack getting on the tricycle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Stink Shag, I'm gonna send you a picture of this cat, bro. I'm gonna send you a picture, and I mean we were looking at him going, dude, this is Stink Shag in 20 years. This is exact. I mean, he is the same size, right? Just massive, and also like you, the nicest dude, one of the nicest dudes we met, right? All right. What else we got? Okay. Oh, good point. Good point. Okay.
Okay, Raymond said, even at the restaurants, things on the menu may not be available. That happened to me so many times.
It happens a
Not
lot.
available, sir.
Sorry, sir. You order it and then they'll come back. Sorry, sir.
You know what I did one time? What's available?
Yeah, finally. Seriously, because then you order second thing. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. It's not available today. But yeah. What is here? Right, yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Sit.
I was article said I was surprised to wait 45 minutes for a meal at the Jollibee.
Does
I
not
thought it
surprise
was fast food. Yeah.
It does not surprise me at all, Oracle.
We're just waiting for
yeah.
peach mango pie and we waited for 20 minutes.
Just to get a pie.
Just
to get a pie. Man, I got a craving now. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it is what it is. The fast food is not necessarily fast here.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So this is what he mentioned previously. When in the Philippines, come with anticipation but no expectations.
Right. Okay. Did we miss anything? Are we missing anything? What you got?
So I think that's like a in conversation between them.
All right. Just make sure.
Passport X. Hello, Passport X. I first saw self-checkout in Las Vegas. I went to the cashier that had a person. The girl said, hey, you can use the self-checkout. I said, if everybody does that, you will not have a job in a few months.
Right.
There's a self-checkout at Uniqlo now. So
it's come. Yeah. We did when we bought the whatchamacallit, right? It definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
But it takes a long time. The process is so long.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you would rather go to the cashier.
But you can see business is business. I mean, they want to promote, they want to have jobs, but business is business, and business owners are going to try to find ways to save money. And that's one of the obvious ways to do that. So, okay. Just want to make sure we get as much as we can in
Yeah,
here.
DG is here, by the way. I saw that.
What's happening, DG?
Yeah.
And DG is here.
Yeah, in Bataan.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're gonna hook up with DG.
Yep.
It's gonna be some furniture moving. That's my dude, man. Okay. All right. Last comment from Adam. We get Adam Fente.
Okay. Adam said, I learned to be patient in the Philippines, standing in a long line at the grocery store. I see the cashier, the bag boy, and another cashier in full conversation mode laughing.
That you know what?
That pisses you off.
It does. It does, because you're standing right there and they're laughing, giggling, and gossiping and talking, and not even working. And you're standing right there like, hey, can you help me? There'll be like 3 or 4 people there. And that does, that's where I'm like, you know what, Ching, I need you to handle this. Yeah, I mean, because I see the same thing, Adam. Same thing, and that gets under my skin a little bit. But he's right, and Oracle's right. The Philippines will teach you patience, and if you can't get patience, this is not the place for you, because it will test. The Philippines will test your patience. I promise you. If you have to go to the bank, I'm gonna say this: I have never been to a bank in the Philippines, and if I can help it, I'm never going to go to a bank in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Same in China. When I lived in China, I used to dread having to go to the bank, because before they didn't have the direct deposits. I didn't want nothing to do with the bank, because of the same thing. It was a half-day process going to the bank, and it just shouldn't. But it is what it is, right? Okay. Let's see. And we said this before, but it's worth mentioning again. If you bring U.S. money, it cannot be folded. It cannot be torn. They will not take any tears in currency. It's got to be crisp. It doesn't have to be crisp, but it cannot be folded, crumpled up, or a lot of times I'm telling you, they won't take it. If it is torn, nobody is going to take your currency. Nobody. Period. So just make sure that you try to bring the crispest bills possible, because that ensures that they'll take your money, right?
Yeah. Okay, Larry said, the kid in me, I love Jollibee, and her 7-year-old nephew is my partner in crime. We get our way.
Right. You know, yesterday, I forgot it was Holy Week, and I went to JV's to get me some chicken.
It's closed.
It's closed. It was closed. I was
no meat, but in the Philippines during Holy Week, you'll find seldom meat.
Right. So
we have fish burgers at McDonald's.
Right.
Here.
I got a chicken burger yesterday. Because I wanted to hook up the security guys, because I haven't taken care of them. And what happened is, we'll hold on. We'll take this last call. I keep saying that. I know. Caller, what you got on this topic, man?
Yeah, what's up, Rich?
What's happening?
Man, I just got back, brother.
Oh, word? First, who's calling? Give us your name first.
My name is Gerald. That G is in Gary, ERALD.
What's happening, Gerald?
Man, I just came back like last week.
Okay.
I was out there for a 10-day trip. Got my girl, so you know where I'm going with that one.
Right. So how was your experience?
Got my girl, saw the family, all of that, so you know where I'm going with that one. And I loved it, brother. I absolutely loved it. My biggest problem right now, I miss it.
I know.
Because I'm back in the States.
I hear that all the time. People, I want to come back. I know a cat who went home, turned around, came back 10 days later. Came right back 10 days later, because he missed it so much. He enjoyed it so much. There's things that make you want to come back in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, bro. I would to your audience house out there, it's absolutely true. The Philippines will test your patience.
Yeah, for sure. You come here with a lot of patience.
Oh yeah. Now the thing that really surprised me though.
Go ahead.
Traffic.
There's 6 million people here. There's 6 million people in Manila. Why does that surprise you that there's a lot of traffic?
Well, see, I was on the other side. I was in Mindanao.
Okay. There you go.
And there's no signals and no stop signs.
Nope. You go at your own peril, right? Advance at your own peril.
I was talking to a different expat. He says, in the Philippines, there's a rhythm.
There is.
And once you find that rhythm, it's easier, but it ain't easy.
And you also have to understand the driving and transportation rules. There's some unwritten rules here about how to proceed, how to drive here, that aren't in the driver's manual. It's just how they drive here, and you have to understand them. For example, I'll just give you guys a quick example. Thanks for calling in, Gerald. We appreciate you. And don't be a stranger, man. Call in. Make sure you call in the future, right? For example, an unwritten rule is Dang, I knew I shouldn't have done that. And some unwritten rules about driving
Driving?
that pop up. I can't even remember. I had a good example of how the driving rules are really different. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I always do that, huh? At home, if you're driving down the road and somebody jumps in, we say they cut you off, right?
Mhm.
Here in the Philippines, you should expect that they're going to cut you off. It's just what they do. For us, people would get heated, people would get upset. We would consider that to be very rude. But here in the Philippines, they're going to do that. You should understand that's the culture here. They are going to cut you off. They're going to cut in front of you. Any small opening, they're going to jump out in front of you. And so don't get upset. Just understand you're in a different culture. It's just a different place where there's different rules. So good. I did remember. Good point, man. So I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Okay. I think that might be.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Gerald Norville.
Mm-hmm.
Jeng mentioning the balut. Yes, normally they're present at night. So in the morning, you'll hear bread or pandesal, and at night you'll hear balut.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock p.m.
Mhm.
The balut comes out right around 4 o'clock and stays out for the rest of the night. Right.
Especially hangs out with people who are drinking.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Exactly. Right. Exactly. The 125cc scooters that sound like Ducatis, right? They
loved
yeah, they changed the exhaust, right?
Yeah.
They changed the exhaust, which you couldn't do in the US, but here they changed the exhaust. There's no rules. So they want to sound as loud as possible. They want to sound like they're on a chopper and they're really on a 125cc bike. But just things you got to get used to. Okay. Who is this? You know what it says?
Hello, Luca.
Miss Luca, what's
It's
happening?
been
What's
a
going on?
while. Okay, I missed you. Does it help if you think in pesos instead of dollars to make you conscious of your spending? Because some friends say 1,000 pesos is cheap because it's less than 20 US dollars and they end up spending more. I think it would be better, Luca, great point. I think it would be better that you think in pesos because here 1,000 pesos is already a huge amount of money. So I think if you think in pesos, you'll be more, what do you call that? More critical about your spending.
Thrifty.
Yeah, more thrifty but when you spend in that, oh, that's $20. To you, that's nothing. But here, that's a big amount of money already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. By the way, Miss Luca, we miss you. We haven't seen you in a
Yes.
while. Hope everything is good, right? Okay.
Have a meaningful Holy Week.
Absolutely. Okay. See, everybody missed her, right? I jumped in and said, hey, what's happening, Miss Luca? All right. Anything else?
Okay, so Oracle said the heat is hard to deal with. Definitely for me, aircon, pool, or beach is required.
Yeah, Oracle, that's because we're from California, bro. If you're from the South in the United States, the heat's not gonna, you're used to it already. It is really, really humid, and the heat is off the hook. For example, right now it's 11:28 and it's 88 degrees. So it gets hot. It's gonna get hot this time of year. If you come between November and February, or November and March, it's gonna be a lot more chilly. I'm just trying to tell y'all, right? November and February is the cool time, right? So it's the winter time, but it is significantly cooler during the daytime and at night.
Windy.
Right. Yeah, the heat is, Obi-Wan said the heat is no joke, and it is very true, right? Yeah, I stick close to my aircon runs maybe not 24/7. I'll turn it on to the fan at nighttime when I go to bed, but during the daytime, my aircon's got to be running, bro. It has got to be running. Anything else? Did we do this one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Hello, Daily Dose. Jollibee is terrible. Though I only tried it once, it's not my thing. I'll stick with the other food spots instead.
You know, I like them pies, bro. Those peach mango pies are off. They're ridiculous, and you got to keep me away from them. But but going to Jollibee is an experience. I mean, just to get even you might be there a while. You might be there a while. Yeah,
And it'll cost you some pounds.
for sure. For
add,
sure.
Yeah, add some pounds.
All right. We'll do two more comments and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so DC said, I agree with Cheng. We need to follow the culture instead of being the cocky American doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, in America, we have blah blah blah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You're not in America. If you want to be in America, then yeah, this might not be the place for you. Right? Okay.
So Obi-Wan said, I feel you, Stan. I eat well and everything. I just need to add the gym. I used to be more active, but this last decade, not so much.
Okay, and then one more.
Okay. And they are good comments now.
Yeah, these are good comments. Then. Yeah.
Ron Lawson said, I think this live was so informative and needed. I hope everyone gets a chance to see this live. Rich and Cheng laid it all out there. Thank you, Rich and Cheng.
You got it, Ron. We appreciate you.
Ron.
We definitely appreciate you. And let's get this comment from him.
Miss Rhoda said, check the receipt because some restaurants charge you service charge, so no need to big tips, to give big tips.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is something worth knowing, though, is that when they do the service charge, everybody in the restaurant splits that. So it's not just the waiter, because we do that too, but just the waiters get the service charge, right? But here in the Philippines, everybody working in the restaurant splits that service charge or
in a month, by a monthly
in a month. So they're only going to get a fraction of it. So again, if the service is good, I'm telling you, I only tip if the service is good. But I do tip. Yeah, make sure you take care of people who take care of you. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. I think around 11. Okay, so it's all about Jollibee. Okay.
Right. Jollibee is, I mean, I don't know. I understand why people here like it so much. I do understand why they like it, but as far as the time, how much time you got to wait how much time you got to wait to get the food, I don't know about all that.
Okay, King Gadara, hello. Thank you for joining us. I've lived overseas and have an adapter that I always bring it every time. It's a must.
Right. Obi-Wan said T-Mobile's got issues. That's who I have now, so I'll just keep it until I find something else. I like having T-Mobile over here. They've been pretty good to me, actually, since I got here.
Andy Paris joined us in this live stream. Yo, hello.
What's up, Andy? Nice of you to join us. Appreciate having you in here.
Who else? Okay.
Is there a comment you want me to?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Okay. Black Paper. Hello thank you for joining us. Jet lag visiting Cebu is actually a positive thing. You get to see and meet all the pretty call center workers in IT Park during their break times between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Okay. Right. You got a whole scheme going on. Right?
Okay, so Blank Paper said, be aware of the calendar holiday schedules in the Philippines when traveling there. Exactly, because you don't know when the malls are going to be closed, like especially during the Holy Week, which was this week, or which is like ongoing right now. But normally the mall closes Thursday and Friday during Holy Week.
Right, and you know what? There's another point. Not just in the Philippines, but all over Asia. You really need to know, not even just Asia, wherever you're traveling, you need to understand the travel holidays. And I'm going to give an example: Spring Festival in China, in Korea, in Taiwan, in Singapore. If you are traveling during Spring Festival, you are making a crazy mistake. There's so many people traveling. It's like Christmas or Thanksgiving times 10. There's a lot of people traveling, so it is really important to understand Spring Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, which are big travel times in certain countries.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just Starlink? Recommend Starlink?
I don't know. I don't know Starlink.
I don't know Starlink either. So,
but thank you, Johnny, myself, for joining our live stream.
Right. People were talking about Anytime Fitness for a membership. I had Anytime Fitness for like the first 6 months. Maybe the first 6 months until I moved into these condos. So maybe not even the first for 3 or 4 months, right? I had Anytime Fitness. I would recommend them. I would actually recommend moving into a condo that has its own gym. I have 4 pools, 2 gyms here. Yeah, I would recommend moving into a condo that has its own gym. But if you don't get that, Anytime Fitness is a good option here.
Would you think that the membership is not that expensive?
I didn't think it was that expensive. I think it was like $25. I thought it was like
2,500 pesos.
Was it that much?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that much.
Hmm.
I thought it was like $25.
How much is $25?
Like 1,000, like 1,000.
I'm not really
500
sure.
pesos or
The
something
last
like
thing I remember is
Yeah.
like I paid 2,000.
Right.
Hmm.
I did actually.
Yeah, I paid for you.
Okay. Am I missing anything?
I don't know.
Okay,
Anyway,
that's what.
let's check.
Okay, I think.
What's that?
Hold on. Okay.
Okay, Young Fresh said, Cheng, you talked about yoga before. Would you ever want to open your own yoga business or online yoga YouTube channel? I don't know about online yoga YouTube channel, but I'm thinking about doing a yoga business. Yeah, in the future. Yeah, I
Didn't
want.
you used to do that before?
I worked for a studio. I was just like a.
But you didn't
What?
have your own thing.
I don't have my own thing, and I normally do like a side hustle. Like I do corporate events. I'm invited to do corporate yoga classes. And yeah, just to fit in with my schedule because I choose them. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But thank you.
Something to
Yeah,
think
something
about.
to consider. Yeah.
Another good point, because people, it's a good point. Raymond, you came up with some good stuff today, man. People always ask me, should I rent a car? And my answer is always going to be no. It's always going to be no. Get a driver. Get a driver, you guys. If you're in a car, if you're in a bike, it's if anything goes down, and especially because you don't know the driving rules here, it's always going to be your fault. Always. I don't care if you weren't. It is always. They will find a way. It just is what it is. You're the foreigner. You have deep pockets. It's going to be your fault. Don't drive here. If unless you're moving here, I would still say don't drive here. Maybe unless you're in the province. If you're in
Where
the
you really
yeah,
need a car.
where you need a car actually. But if you're in the city, don't drive here, you guys. It is a bad idea. More bad will come from you driving here than good.
Mhm.
It's so inexpensive to rent, to get an in-drive, to get a driver on. You can go on Facebook, get an all-day driver. It is so much less money for you to do that than it is for you to actually rent a car. That's all. That's what I'll say about that.
Or if you really need a car, you need to have a dash cam.
Definitely getting a dash cam is important. I would still say don't drive here.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to read Arnold's comment?
Arnold said, men and women who come here to the Philippines from other countries, you need to hide your valuables, keep a low profile, and learn some of the language. It can go a long way. Do your homework as well.
Don't people come here trying to flex, trying to show off what they got and your flashy watch, your jewelry, and flashing cash. It just makes you a target. And Arnold, I would say a lot of if you ever notice, every time you see those videos about somebody who got, it's always somebody hanging out at the bars. I'm just saying, it's always somebody hanging out at the bars, somebody out there drinking. And I'm not saying people shouldn't drink, but I'm just saying
You're a target.
You make yourself a target. That's all I'm saying.
If you notice, whenever we go outside, I put my necklace inside my shirt.
I didn't notice that, but do you do that?
I do that all the time.
Thank you for making yourself be safe. I really appreciate that. Right. All right. On that note, you guys, we thank you for your time. We thank you for joining us on our live stream. Hopefully this was informative. You can always go back if you want to take some notes, get some notes, and write some of this down if you plan on coming to the Philippines. We hope you are, and we hope that we're able to make your trip worthwhile and make your trip practically worry-free, right?
And as Sunshine Shoulders would always say, don't do nothing stupid.
Don't do nothing stupid. Yeah. Don't do nothing stupid. All right, you guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys. Our next video comes out when?
Tuesday. Monday night.
On Monday night. Next video comes out on Monday night. I have the day off tomorrow, and I got a 10K run in the morning because we're doing a 250K thing. 250K. We got to do 250K kilometers in a short amount of time. And so hopefully, you guys take a picture. Hold on. You guys take a picture, a mental picture of what I look like right now, because in 3 months, I should look substantially different. I should be thinner. I should be a lot thinner in 3 months. 250K would do that to you, right? We'll see. We'll see if I can stay away from that ice cream. We love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping in.
And to remind you guys that when you come to the Philippines,
leave
leave
with
your character, not with your cash.
All right, deuces. We're out.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter, you guys.